On Radio with Randy Harris is about to start. So get ready for the best MMA talk, games, interviews, prizes, and surprises anywhere. For Knockout Radio, I'm the voice, Ray Flores. And now, here's Knockout Radio.
Hey-o. Hey, everybody.
What is going on, everybody? Coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility here in Pinellas County. I'm Randy Harris. What up, Knucklehead?
It's you, Ed. Welcome to the show, Ed.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm great. The head trainer of Knockout Radio is doing fantastic. How are you guys doing?
I'm glad that I signed up at a gym today so I could get some real training done. A couple cool interviews scheduled coming up momentarily. Frankie the Answer Edgar.
What's the question?
You know how many times people have said that to him? Please don't say that to him. Please.
You think that's the number one question he gets?
Yeah.
Let's ask him that question then. What's the number one question you get?
No.
Come on.
No. Ian Heinisch will be on, who is the president of BKFC Ice Wars. Then we got Jerry Jr. on. That's about all I know. And no, not Jerry Jones Jr., not Jerry Johnson Jr., but Jerry Jr. So tell us real quickly as we're waiting for Frankie Edgar. And then I got a story that's going to blow your mind. So after Frankie is on.
Randy, it's a Jeep thing you wouldn't understand.
Good. Then please don't bring it up then. Then we won't talk about it. Hold on. Let me cancel Jerry Jr. Tell him.
No way. Jerry, wait till you see Jerry on here.
I'm texting. But speaking of, there is no better way to start the show with UFC Hall of Famer, legend, and really all-around great guy, Frankie Edgar. Frankie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing great. And just so you know, and I'm sure you remember, I told my daughter that you're coming on. You wished her a happy birthday last year. She is already in the chat room. She's so excited. Awesome. She put the baby asleep just so she could see you.
I love it. Well, we won't get too loud.
Okay. Let's get right into it. About a week ago, we heard the announcement that you're going to join BKFC, and like 32 seconds later, you already have a fight. It's all scheduled, tickets for sale, and you're fighting in your backyard.
Yeah. It kind of came about pretty quick. A month ago, this wasn't on the horizon, so here we are.
What made the decision? Obviously, the competition, the money doesn't matter. I know that you've said this, and I've said this all along to anybody that retires and comes back. Who are the fans? Who are the media? Who are the critics to tell you not to make a living, not to make some money?
Yeah, I mean, I get the criticism and concern, I guess you could call it, but I'm not too worried about it. I've been doing this my whole life. This is what what do they say? Fish swim, birds fly. You know what I mean? And this is who I am. They're in it kind of was a perfect storm. They called me. My body feels good. Money's good. I feel excited about it, and we're in Jersey.
How much has training obviously changed? And when BKFC first started, and we would get the calls, and Dave Feldman would get the calls. Well, tell us about the gloves. We're past that. We know there's no gloves. How much easier is it that all you got to do is worry about the stand-up? And I don't want to say boxing, because if you've watched BKFC, there's 3% boxing, and the rest is brawling.
Yeah. It's a fight. It's I kind of said it at the press conference. I was at a loss of words, so I said it's the fightiest of all fights sports. And it's just it's a very aggressive, gritty type of combat sport, and it was intriguing to me. I think I could do well in this arena.
Is this a one-time thing because it's in New Jersey? Is it a long term? Is it let's see how this goes? What?
Well, I signed a multi-fight deal. I'm not trying to look ahead at anything, so we're just going to see how this fight goes, and I guess we'll take it from there.
Already in for the winner of the King of Violence belt?
I mean, we'll see after this performance who was the King of Violence.
Update us on what you've been doing over the past couple of years, since you did retire.
Yeah, well, I opened up a jiu-jitsu school, MMA school, Muay Thai school here in my hometown, Toms River. So that's been taking up most of my time. To have my year anniversary coming up next month, and just chasing my kids around.
I know Matt's going to have a question, but I want to get this in real quick, mainly before my dimension I forget. I know that you have an appearance coming up at the restaurant that Mike Straka is now setting these things up. Before we talk about that, give me a story or two about Mike Straka. And I've known Mike since day one as well. But he says you guys are great friends. And so let's get not some dirt, but a cool story.
Yeah, well, weekly I was going up to the Fox Fight Game in New York City. I believe in 2008, 9-ish time, and that was like my Fox Fight Game was pretty much MMA Live, I guess what it is today. So it was the first of its kind. It was pretty wild for me. I didn't come up in that world, and being that pretty cool. And Mike was just always, very gracious to me. Kind of taught me the ropes in a way, in that aspect. He's a Ocean County boy, just like myself. He, grew up in the same town as I did, so we have a lot of commonalities.
All right, that's a great story. That's much love for Mike. Now give us something that we can use against Mike for the future.
I can't sell him out.
Good, Matt.
Hey, Frankie. So, do you know? I was trying to find out the right question for you, being the answer that you are. So, do you know where you were on February 26, 2012?
February in Japan.
So, I have one UFC poster in my collection, one, and you're on it.
Love it.
I see Ryan Bader in the Smashing Hammer.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, Rampage Jackson back in the news for
that's
circumstance. But it's great to see, you guys today as relevant as you ever have been. And my question to you is, what do you collect? Do you collect any memorabilia or anything that you personally have?
I really I guess my belts. I make sure I know where my belts are. You know what I'm saying? I don't lose sight of them, but I was never one to I guess I have some T-shirts somewhere set aside from fights that I walked out to and whatnot. But as the fights add up, you kind of lose sight of some of those things.
I got a great piece, to send you. Since I gave Matt that poster, I was at the fight in Japan. In the media room, they brought the Japanese version of the posters into the media room.
Oh, that's cool.
Did you get any of those in the Japanese?
I don't think I got the Japanese ones, no.
All right, I'm going to send you one.
All right, awesome, hell yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So I will get you one. All right, before we end this, and I know you got a lot of things going on, talk about Jimmy Rivera and how much do you know about him from UFC days, and does any of that even matter?
Yeah, I know Jimmy very well. We've trained in the past. He's a friend of mine. I consider Jimmy a friend of mine. I don't know if you watch press conference. We get along pretty well. I had him on my podcast, Champ and Tramp, not too long ago. It's kind of funny because he was, telling me I should do BKFC, and I'm like, I don't know. And here we are. Now he's on my opponent. So I don't know if he's been, working this the long play for this fight. But he texted me when we were in talks with BKFC and said, hey, are you trying to, get into BKFC fight? And I said, we're trying to work something out. He said, oh, that's awesome. I said, hey, if we move forward, I'll hit you up for some tips. And he ends up being my opponent. So I text him, I said, hey, I guess you're going to get to show me tips in real time.
That's crazy. So the training, obviously we're not talking training, what you're doing, but do you, bring it back down? Do you stick it back up? Or, is it just the same thing that you've been doing in the past?
I train hard. People are always like, how you get in good shape? I said, just do everything hard. You do everything hard, you'll get in good shape. So that's all I'm doing. Obviously, getting ready for the 2-minute periods. Only 5 of them. So it's kind of a sprint. Got to get used to the pacing of the fight. But I'm ready to go. I felt like my first spar of this camp, which was only 2 weeks ago, was successful. I felt good, and I feel ahead of the game. And we still have 5 weeks to go here.
Final question for you. I've followed your career since day one. As you know, I've been with the UFC or covered them since day one. Talk about, it never seems like you get upset at your opponent. It never seems like and there may be, inside, but we've never seen it. Why do so many fighters have to hate their opponent? And here you just said, Rivera's a friend of yours, yet you're going to fight him in 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, I know some people need that motivation, I guess. Me, the motivation of wanting to succeed is enough. I don't dislike the guy, but I do want to hurt him just because I want to win, and that's just part of the game that we signed up for. And if I don't hurt him, he's going to hurt me, and I'm not going to win. So that's what my motives are.
Awesome. Good enough. Frank, you got something, Matt?
Yeah, Frankie. So on the map behind me, we put a thumbtack of all of our guests that come on. So tell everybody where you're from, what you represent, and your hometown.
I'm from Toms River, New Jersey. TR, NJ, all day. All right. We the blue collar fighters of the world right down here in this part of the world.
Frankie,
Let's
let me
go.
ask you this. Let me just jump in. I know I said we were going to end. I always come up with other stuff. What was it like when the Toms River Little League team came home after winning the Little League World Series back in the day?
That was cool. I mean, I was I was still in high school, so I was a kid myself, I guess, and I knew a bunch of the players on the teams. I'm friends, obviously Todd Frazier, who I'm really good friends with, was on the team. That was a proud moment for us Toms River folk.
It was definitely cool. Frankie, as always, great to see you. Great talking to you.
Always, brother.
My 7-week-old granddaughter is saying hi with Emily.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Thank you for everything.
Much God bless. God bless, brother. All right, guys, be good.
We'll talk to you again soon. That is Frankie Edgar. What a stud. What a good guy.
And it's true. I only have one UFC memorabilia poster. That is the one. And it looks like it's a collectible because it's in Japanese.
It is.
And even the fighter on the card, the Hall of Famer himself, Frankie Edgar, doesn't have what I have.
Yep. Well, that's going to change.
Now I just need him to get an autograph. I got to get him to sign it and make it even more valuable.
Only you. Only you would tool out so quickly.
And then I'll leave it in my will. I'll leave it to you, Randy. You can have this back.
Well, in the words of Tito Ortiz, I hope you do go before me. All right, let's go hit our first break of the afternoon, coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC Pinellas location, 727-954-3605. Call that any time from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. Wake these guys up. Tell them you need some AC. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Larry the Cable Guy from the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring?
Yeah, buddy. We're live, Randy. So on the stream,
provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
This is Randy Harris for Mick for Hair at Got Split End Salon in Pinellas Park, our official hair care and grooming provider who caters to everyone, women, men, kids, and senior citizens in an affordable, upscale environment staffed with the most talented professionals in the business. Visit Mick for Hair at Got Split Ends today at 4376 Park Boulevard in Pinellas Park, or call them at 727-290-9873.
Check out fantasypets.com, where fantasy meets cutting-edge technology. We create breathtaking 3D printed fantasy creatures that captivate hearts and minds, from the T-Rex to the dragons and the shark to the crocodile. Every fantasy pet is a testament to our dedication and precision and quality. You can request custom designs and bulk pricing as well. Go to fantasypets.com. That's fantasypets.com. Say goodbye to outdated equipment and welcome the latest smart technology into your home. With Cool Breeze AC, you can effortlessly control the temperature and create the perfect environment from anywhere at any time. Call Cool Breeze today at 727-954-3605.
8-Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8-Man Strong.
This is Kurt Gowdy, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
All right, we're back coming to you live from locations all over the place. We all have our own little studios. We're trying to get a hold of Leslie. She's having difficulties with knowing how to push the login button. So
how's she late in real life and digital life? Like,
yeah, how about that?
Late on both. Come on, you got no excuses.
Save that for when I can resend her the stream. All right. So do you want to hear the freaky? Only you.
What? Because I'm trying to get oxygen internally? Because I'm trying to be healthy?
Only
you really?
Only
fine. I'll put my cigar away.
It's
a non-smoking room anyway.
Do you want the crazy freaky story? Do you want to talk about? And this is a shame. And I'm going to fall for what I always said is bad. Like when you make reference to something else, but I'm going to do it anyway. Do you want to talk about Rampage Jackson's son?
Okay.
It's getting the publicity because he's Rampage Jackson's son.
For sure. No
I think, well, if you want, we'll go there. I have a trivia question. Talk about a $12 million sale of a trading card. So you tell me which one you want me to start with.
Let's go crazy, because you never know how that's going to pull up in the end of the show, and I want to be prepared to like weave it in.
This is crazy. Now, I've told the story about my granddaughter found a piece of paper, said how important it was. I'm flying through the story, gave it to my son. My son started to cry. One word on this little piece of paper, Braxton, which was the name of his son that was stillborn. So a lot of really weird things have happened. I don't believe in weirdness. I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in anything. Okay. So I just got back from the surgeon. And as you can see, I'm a little wrapped up here. And what are you laughing about?
I'm just looking at it. I mean, it looks like you're an athlete. Just go ahead.
I wish it was an athletic thing. It's I don't know the technical terms. Some form of cancer was cut out of me this morning.
Oh, wow.
So my brother is going through some issues. We've talked briefly about it. And he told me yesterday that he got a phone call from his doctor. And typical, if you don't answer, they don't call back. And when you call, it goes to a voicemail, blah, 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 right? So I just got back. I'm driving back from the surgeon, headed, to pick up the equipment to get here. Call my brother. I tell him everything's this, that, and the other. And I'm speeding up through the story. And he said, where is it? And I said, on my forearm. He goes, like 3 inches from your wrist? I said, yeah, why? The surgeon that called my brother in Roswell, Georgia yesterday, after they took the biopsy, is in the exact same location as mine.
Whoa.
Not this, it's bad enough, the same arm. It could have been a different arm. It could have been a different thing. The exact same location. To me, that's weird.
So have you found out who did it?
Who did what?
Who peed in your gene pool? Who contaminated the Harris Circle Trust? Like, I mean, come on, man. What's going on in that family? You guys get the same cancer in the same location at the same time?
The weird thing would be if it was my other brother or my sister when we were at the beach every day in the 70s and the, whatever. But, my brother's younger than me. So we would have been out there, but not necessarily obviously not as long. But to me, that's just strange.
No, but it's not the sun. It's more diet. It's more sugar induced. Cancer is fueled by sugar. It's not by the sun. I'm in the sun every day. I don't have any skin cancer, but I get the right kind of sun. I don't fry myself from 2 to 4 every day. I respect the sun. That's the difference, I guess.
We were out playing in the sun for hours.
Well, we all did. We all couldn't come home until the streetlights come on, or we didn't want to come home until the streetlights come on. Like,
I didn't want to come home after the streetlights came on.
Me either. Like, I always want to be out, but these kids today, I don't see anybody outside playing, like driving around, going through neighborhoods. I don't see kids out riding bikes and playing street ball. And I mean, do you see it where you live, Randy?
No, not at all.
I mean, everyone's inside their homes. Everybody's consuming content, sitting on a couch, watching TV on their device. I don't see anybody outside unless it's a landscaper or lawn care.
Yeah, I barely see that.
Yeah.
Well, I just got an update. This is going to change our show just a tad.
All right. What do you got?
So I hate these last minute things, but we're going to get right into it. So we're going to hit the break here a couple minutes early, just so that I can get the stream down to the PR firm for Dirty Boxing 3.
Oh, yeah. Mike Perry, what's up?
So Brian Battle will be on at the bottom of the hour.
Awesome.
You know, we know what just happened at the UFC, already signed, already ready to go this weekend. And then friend of the show, you're going to say an acquaintance of yours, but a good friend of mine, Mike Perry, next hour as well.
Nice. Mike Perry, the platinum one.
Yep. So very cool. So, all right. So let's hit this break early so I can get all the information to the PR people and we can get it all taken care of. So coming to you live from different locations, different studios across Tampa Bay. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, and Cool Breeze AC. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Martin Gramatica, Talking Sports with Randy Harris.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you are bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Rhino Cards, located at 406 11th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, is your one-stop card collection facility, specializing in all sports, Pokemon, Star Wars, and of course, Knockout Radio's favorite, the UFC cards. If you're looking to purchase, sell, or trade, then Rhino Cards is the place for you. Details are coming on some very awesome UFC card giveaways, thanks to Rhino Cards as well. That's Rhino Cards, conveniently located in St. Petersburg, on 4th Street and 11th Avenue North.
I'm very excited to announce that Knockout Radio finally has our very own Challenge Coin, thanks to Challenge Coin Country. Challenge Coin Country is a family-run business with over 17 years experience making custom challenge coins, lapel pins, bottle openers, keychains, and many other custom products. They even produced 2 different variations for us, one for military recipients and a slightly different coin for civilians. I strongly suggest you check them out at challengecoincountry.com with free express shipping, and they proudly offer discounts for first responders and military as well. That's Challenge Coin Country at challengecoincountry.com.
Experience the charming Country Depot gift shop located in the heart of downtown Brooksville, located at 36 North Broad Street. From sports memorabilia to antiques, from handbags to one-of-a-kind art and decor, the Country Depot has it all. Check them out at countrydepot.com, Country Depot on Facebook, or stop by the store at 36 North Broad Street in downtown Brooksville. Got bills and looking for work but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
Hey, this is Warren Moon, former NFL quarterback, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
All right, we are back. I am back. You are back. Leslie will be back soon. Brian Battle should be on momentarily. Hour number 2, Jerry Jr., and I'll let you do a 30-second little what Jerry Jr. is about. He'll start off the second hour. Bottom of the hour, the return of the Platinum One, Mike Perry. And then hour number 3, Ian Heinisch, your president of BKFC Ice Wars, coming up down in the Fort Lauderdale area.
Yeah, so Jerry Jr., SoFlo Customs, South Florida Customs. They are an off-road accessory customization shop known for their Apocalypse 6x6 wheel drive vehicles. And they built something really special out of a Jeep Gladiator. They decided that the road wasn't good enough, Randy. They wanted to take it on the water. So last night, Discovery Channel featured them on the Truck Dynasty TV show and their build that is a roadworthy Jeep that can drive straight into the water without missing a beat. And they're going to come on and talk about it today at 1:05 tonight, or today.
Yeah, today. Yeah, and I saw the video where they literally just drove it right in.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I saw it on Dale Mabry driving, and I had to pull in. I had to find out what was going on, and they're gracious enough to come today and talk about what they do.
Yeah, I thought that they thought you were trying to steal it.
No, no, no. And they're like us, Randy. They're family. Like they all are the same family. They all work together. So, they try to have a policy where like on Sundays for 15 minutes a week, they don't talk about business. So, we should just instill the same kind of policy with us.
Well, you said they're family. Are they blood family?
Yeah, we're inside the circle of trust, man. Like, I got this thing on my wrist right now, 3 inches from here. I got to go check it out.
I don't, as much as I dislike you, I don't dislike you that bad that I want you to have.
Aw.
What I have.
A virtual hug. Aw.
No. Well, what's funny is my granddaughter has been doing that with the other grandchild. All right, so I said it happened. This happened so quickly. Brian Battle's been on before. Brian, how are you?
I'm doing well, brother. How about yourself?
Not too bad. So we're talking moving forward. Everybody knows what happened, the UFC. Talk about how quickly this was. It seems like it was just yesterday. And not only are you with a new organization, you already have a fight ready. And it's this weekend.
Yeah, it's like 2 days from now, bro. It's crazy. It's great. It's been an absolute whirlwind. You know what I mean? Doing the fight week 2 weeks out of 3 weeks, you know what I'm saying? It's been chaotic, you know what I'm saying? It's been intense, but I feel very fortunate and blessed to have an opportunity to compete after, I of my own volition, messed up my last opportunity to compete. So I'm just happy to have another opportunity to go out there and do what I love to do.
Before, I know, Matt, you got something. I just want to respond to what you just said. Major ups. I think I've always thought a great deal of you, but I think a great deal of what you just said. So many times, fighters miss weight or do whatever, and they don't take the blame. They don't take, they blame somebody else. So I think that's, a big step, by you, and did it and answered it the right way.
I feel like anything else would just be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? That'd just be, like it'd be ignorant, and it's like then it's like I'm really cooked if I can't if you can't. The first step to recovery is realizing maybe you're the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe you're the issue here. You gotta clean up some things. And so that's all there is to it. I have no intentions on stopping fighting. I have no intentions on not being the best fighter in the world. It's just I have to take care of the things that are getting in the way of that. And sometimes that's yourself. You gotta get yourself out of the way.
So Brian, listen, Randy has been the same process for this show. He held on to traditional radio. He didn't want to grow. He didn't want to be the biggest MMA, UFC, bare knuckle platform on the planet, even though he's the OG of the UFC,
Yeah.
donned by Dana White. But here's the point I'm trying to make. Right now, you're laying on a pillow, recovering, resting, not having to drive to the studio in person to do an interview. And that's what I've been trying to get Randy to get on board. Like, look, bro, we can get more guests, more interviews, and really be the main authority in this space because the athletes don't want to get in a car and drive to us and come to Florida. If they're in the neighborhood, sure. But you are exactly what's going to make this platform grow, and you're a part of it. And I want to put you on our map here because every time we have a fighter on, we put your hometown, where you identify with, where your heart is from. Where's that place on the map?
I'm gonna say Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm from Maryland, but I've been in Charlotte for a long time. I've had some great times. There's Charlotte's a part of me, so I'd say
So what's the
Charlotte.
vibe like? What's the city like? What's the grind like?
Charlotte,
Yeah.
Charlotte, man, it's interesting. It's growing, man. I mean, just in the 20 years I've been there, it's changed a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's constantly. To put it in perspective, like I said, I'm from Maryland. There's a point where we lived in one of the suburbs of Charlotte. and our neighbor to the left was from Maryland, and our neighbor to the right was from Maryland. Like that's how many people from up north are moving out there, and it's just you got a little bit of everything out there. You know what I'm saying? I think it's kind of impossible to come out to Charlotte and not kind of like love it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, you got the mountains, you got the beach. I mean, it's a couple hours drive, but you know, this is there. You know what I'm saying? You got the city for your reckless behavior, your city boy activities. You know what I mean? And you know, you got places to get some great work in. You know what I'm saying? Like for someone who's a martial artist as myself, there's a lot of great minds out there. You know what I'm saying? My longtime coach Tom Ziegler, you know what I'm saying? My big brother Keith Richardson, you know what I'm saying? You guys cover bare knuckle, you know, he's a bare knuckle champion. You know, Coach James at Dime, Coach John Piper at Shelley Jiu Jitsu, you know, Velocity Sport. There's just a lot of places that people just don't know about that are world class, you know what I mean?
Let's talk about, I want to ask you a Charlotte question, but we'll do that in a second. I come to Charlotte a lot, so it's a food question I'll ask later. What was it about Dirty Boxing? What was it about, you know, what Mike Perry is building and has already built that made this where you want to go next?
Man, it just seemed like a lot of fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like if I can get paid and have a good time at the same time, like that sounds like a fucking party, you know what I mean? And it really is like you know, I consider myself just a fighter, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a striker, I'm not a grappler, I'm just like I'm a fighter. But you know, I can't lie, you know what I'm saying? Like the thought of not having to defend takedowns is kind of nice, you know what I'm saying? Like I like shooting on people. I don't like people shooting on me. You know what I'm saying? So you know, just being uh you know, people being forced to stand with your boy, you know what I'm saying? And then even like on the you know, punches, Superman punches, spinning back fist, you know, like I like boxing, but you know, to add those things to it. And then not only that, if you drop someone, you can like keep on fucking you can follow up. That's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to like drop someone over and over and over and over again. And it's just like someone who's really tough or, you know, someone who's just too stubborn to stay down and just keeps on fucking getting up. You know what I mean? Um,
And,
nah,
and, and
I
just to
love
jump
everything about it.
and just to jump in, I know Ed's looking at me. He's saying trucking. He's saying trucking with a T, Trucking. We're FCC radio, so there's a couple things.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Brian.
I'm sorry. When I start talking, when I do stuff on the phone, my bad. That's on me. I'm sorry about that.
Randy started this show at the turn of the century, so we just haven't caught up yet with the regulations.
Well, it's not
So
me. It's not me. It's the government. I don't have a problem with it. It's the government.
But nah, for all those kids out there, I was saying trucking. You know, it's one of my favorite words.
Exactly. How difficult is it? You know, it's boxing. BKFC is boxing, but they both kind of turn into more brawling than boxing. How difficult will it be to keep it a boxing, you know, match and not necessarily a brawl? Or is that what you want? You want the brawl? All right.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what he does, man. You know what I mean? Like this is one of those things. I don't know what this guy's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? He's like some dude from Brazil who knows how many fights he's had. You know what I'm saying? This dude could have.
Good job.
You know,
Nice,
hundreds.
nice.
You saw me, right? You saw me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a professional. God, keep talking about him. You're a pro.
You just gotta let me know one time. You let me know one time. Like, okay, boom, got it. You know what I mean? That like this guy could have like hundreds and hundreds of fights in Brazil that no one's ever seen or heard about. But from the little bit I've gained on him, he seems like he's more of a technical, kind of likes to have a feeling out process. Like I think he's gonna have a harder time not throwing kicks than I have a hard time not throwing kicks, but we'll see what happens. Sometimes people just do weird things when they get in there with me, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes dudes just come running at me, you know what I mean? And if he comes running at me, I'm gonna send him back real quick. I'm gonna tell you that.
So Brian, so let's use that as an example real quick. So you caught yourself because we mentioned that you can't cuss on FCC radio. You mentioned you caught it because you're conscious of it. But in a fight, you're in the subconscious. You're in your sympathetic response. So instincts kick in and survival techniques kick in. Is it hard to not follow a guy on the ground? I mean, coming from the UFC and from other organizations, other platforms, how hard is it going to be to like, oh, now I can follow in the moment?
I think that's like even like just keeping my knees off the ground, just keeping my feet on the ground. I think that is I'm good with that. Because it's like normally when I drop people and I follow up, I normally keep my feet on the ground anyways. I think ironically the biggest thing that's gonna be hard instinctually not to do is not to throw knees. Because my knees are so connected to my elbows. As soon as I start throwing elbows, I really want to throw a knee. And I'm really good at throwing knees. I got sneaky knees, but everything else I feel pretty comfortable with. If anything, it's like my brain is almost like flipped to a traditional boxing mindset. So it's like I'm hoping that instinctually I'll use all the tools I have at my disposal, like Superman punches. I have good Superman punches, like the spinning back fist, like all those things potentially will be there, and I hope that because yeah, like you said, like once the fight happens, um you can pick up things and you can make conscious decisions, but if you are making too many conscious decisions, that means you're thinking too much, and if you're thinking too much, you're not fighting enough, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when bad things start happening in the fight, you know what I mean? So um yeah, I think the biggest thing that I have to think about not doing is throwing these, but everything else I'm pretty excited about the rule set. I like it a lot.
We are talking to Brian Battle Fights this weekend, DB3. Uh, since Matt just asked about, what in the ring, in a fight, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened, with you, involving you during a fight, whether it's something you hear in the crowd, something that runs through your mind? What's the first thing that comes to mind that's just crazy?
Now the craziest thing was uh so I live in Charlotte, I was saying I got to be on the UFC Charlotte card. I took a fight short notice, and then they announced that the fight was going to be in Charlotte, and that was crazy. And the guy I was fighting was normally a very tentative, feel him out, in my head after watching tape I was like, okay, the first couple minutes in my head I was prepared for a 15-minute war, you know what I'm saying? I had ideas on how to stop him, but I knew he was a really tough guy who'd never been finished. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be. I need to be on my p's and q's for all this whole time, And I don't know if it was like I was the hometown guy and the crowd was booing him so hard and they were cheering me so hard. As soon as the bell rang, he just came, like literally, he just came and sprinted at me, throwing punches. And the first three, four, five punches, I was like, okay, he's gonna stop eventually. You know what I'm saying? I'm like backing up, and I'm like, he's gonna stop. He's gonna stop throwing punches eventually. Then my back foot hits the cage, and he's still throwing punches. I was like, oh, well, I guess this is what we're fucking freaking doing. Ah!
That was great.
Ah!
Brian,
you semi-caught yourself.
Yeah. But,
Brian,
yeah.
I got a device. I have a device that will help you with that, man. Next time you come to Tampa, I'll
Yeah.
train you for nothing. You come, we'll train. I'll show you how to train the subconscious. I actually have
Bet.
a physical training device on my truck, and
Bet.
so we'll connect, bro. I got you, dog.
Say less. Say less.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I gotta come back to Florida anyways. I gotta come back
Oh
to Florida
yeah.
and have some fun. Not come to Florida to cut weight. That I will say Florida's a great place to cut weight though. You know what I'm saying? You go on a run outside, you know what I mean? You're gonna lose a couple pounds just running outside and the heat and humidity. It's a beautiful thing.
Well,
Um
when you come back down, I'll hook you up with some cool stuff in Orlando as well. You can go feed the
nice.
gators, which is definitely pretty cool. But before
Nice.
that, the question I have about Charlotte, I go up there quite a bit. My mom's there, my sister's there. What's a restaurant that you would recommend, for me to go try something really good?
Man, there's this place. It was like Steakhouse 520. It has I gotta remember the numbers exactly. It was like Steakhouse 5 something, and I'm a like you can take the boy out the dirt. It's hard to take the dirt out the boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a like. It's like unless I'm going on a date or something like that. I don't really go to nice places myself. You know what I'm saying?
Neither do I.
Like yeah, it's like literally like if I'm going on a date, I have to look up nice restaurants in Charlotte. Yeah, I was just like go with the one that looks the coolest. Ironically, I'm more hip to places in Vegas now because I just spent 6 months out in Vegas than I am in Charlotte. But I know the like I'm a big yeah, I'm not even gonna say that because people are gonna go crazy if I say it. The steakhouse.
Say
The steakhouse is really good. The steakhouse something is really good.
All right, we'll go
I
there.
was about
Why?
to say. I was about to say a fast food place that historically I have gone to. I don't go to it hardly anymore, but I know if I would have said that, oh my goodness, people would have been in the comments in my pictures like, "You need to stop going." You know what? Whatever.
Say it.
Cookout. It's a Carolina staple. You know what I'm saying? You can go there, get a tray for $7.99. You used to be able to get it for $5.99. You know what I'm saying? Get an entree, two sides. Cookout's a classic. You know what I mean?
Matt, I'll tell Brian the story. So probably every year for probably the last 6 or 7 years, my son's like, Dad, you got to go, for your anniversary to some upscale places. Every time for at least the last 5 or 7 years, as we're driving to that place, my wife will look at me, or one year I'll look at her, and we know what we're thinking. We call and cancel, and we go to Longhorn.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like yo, just like give me a good steak somewhere and I'll be good to go. I'm not a picky guy. I grew up with a lot of siblings, so it was just kind of like you take what you can get.
Right, whatever's left.
Uh,
Explain why, because it seems like you are one of these athletes that during cutting weight, talking food, watching the Food Network, why do you guys put yourself through that?
Other people do that with me, and I'll just say this one story because you said that it makes me laugh. When I fought in Paris, my agent, shout out Jason House, shout out Jacob Parga, shout out Lance, all the boys at Iridium. The head agent Jason, he likes to take the guys out to eat after weigh-ins. Take them out nice places. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't know why he keeps on asking me where I want to go after weigh-ins. And I'm like, Jason, I know we're in Paris. He's like, Brian, what do you want to eat after weigh-ins? I was like, I kind of want some Chinese food. He's like, "Man, we're in Paris." I'm like, bro, I don't know. I don't know what's here. I've been in the hotel all week, couldn't wait. I don't know. I don't know what's out here, But if you ask me what I want some Chinese food,
That's
bro.
what's
I'm
up.
a simple
Bro,
man.
you should have ordered fries because you were in France. You don't have
Hey,
the.
that's
You don't have
actually a
the.
fact. That's actually a fact. I should have got some fries, and that because one, there are French fries, and then two, it would have made them so mad. It would have made them so mad.
Exactly. Finally, before we let you go, what can the fans expect when you get back in at DB3? And really, what do you expect?
Listen. I'm a rock star. You know what I'm saying. No matter where I'm at, I'm gonna put on a show. You know what I mean. So I'm gonna come in there. We're gonna make a highlight. And it's really just how long this guy chooses to stay in there with me. You know what I'm saying? It's really like we'll see how fast. Either how fast I get him in there or how long he can survive. But I'm gonna put him away within 3.
Awesome stuff, Brian. You're a stand-up guy. I'm going to get your address. As you remember, we always send a thank you gift, 8 Man Strong, etc. I'll get your mailing address from the PR firm, and we'll talk again soon. And get to Tampa Bay. Let's hook up and do some fun things.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Charlotte,
Thank you.
stand up. Charlotte's on the
Charlotte,
map,
stand up.
baby.
North Carolina, stand up.
Yeah.
Take your shirt off. The rest
Yeah.
of your head like a helicopter.
Let's go.
All right,
Let's
Brian.
go.
Have a good time and
Speedy
have
Pablo,
fun
baby.
this weekend.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys very
Yeah.
much. I'll definitely, when I'm in y'all's part of town, I'm definitely hit y'all up.
Absolutely. Good stuff. That is
Let's
Brian
go.
Battle getting back at it. And what a stand-up guy, to say,
Oh, yeah.
this was on me. I can't blame anybody else, and I like that. Stand
Go ahead
up.
and say it, Randy. Say, I'm Randy Harris, and I've held my show back for so many years, but now we're digital, baby.
Let's go hit a quick break. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, and the Pinellas branch of Cool Breeze AC. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Vinny LeCavalier, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
This is Matt Hughes, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
All right, everybody, we are back coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility, the Pinellas location.
Matt Hughes, like the liner was so like a regular person, like, and not like the greatest welterweight of all time, right? I mean, shouldn't he have put something in there like you're listening to the 5-time, like, or 7-time? How many times did Matt Hughes win the championship? 7 times?
Well, first of all, let's be honest. We don't know. I don't remember when I got that liner. I mean, it could have been before he was the champ. It could have been
sign up when you register with the UFC. Like, you came in, like, hi, my name is Matt, and I want to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, hey, my name is Matt. I want to be a co-host of Knockout Radio. And now here we are.
And
the head trainer.
And then Matt Hughes took over, and he's my co-host, and I do a lot of things with the great Matt Hughes. All right, so a couple other things to touch base on. So did you hear about the Kobe Michael Jordan autograph card?
I did. There's 3 new owners. 3 guys came in together. The only guy you probably will recognize by a household name would be Kevin O'Leary.
Yep. Just
from
over
Shark
4.
Tank.
Why would you do that? Why, first of all, I'm sure all 3 of them could afford the $13 million.
Right.
Why? It's kind of like these new, and hopefully Ryan Wessner's not listening because he may be upset at what I'm about to say. Anybody who collects cards may be upset at what I'm about to say. You know, they do these like raffles, and like they're going to sell card. So there's 10 spots that make up a number, $8 a piece, right?
Okay.
If I want to in on the card, I want the card. I'm going to buy the card. I'm not going to spend $10 in hopes that I get it. I'm going to spend the $100 and get it. You're going to spend $4.5 million and you don't get possession of the card? Who gets possession of the card? Is it like, you know, a son after a divorce?
Yeah, I mean, you know, who knows? I mean, Kevin, I did see Kevin O'Leary talking about it on a different show like yesterday, and he was like talking about he still has to answer to his wife, you know, about joint assets and what they invest their family money in. So, I mean, so there's still a dynamic of like, you know, maybe they're all married, they all have, you know, wives, and they couldn't put that kind of money towards a card. But I think this falls more in the category of they're so elite and they have such disposable money. I think this is a power play. This is a flex. This is like somebody spending $6 million for a banana duct taped to a wall in an art museum. You know, like people do some ridiculous things just to flex that money has no value to them.
I'm going to imagine that $4 million, $12 million to Kevin O'Leary is probably pretty similar. I know people
Probably.
that, you know what I'm saying? So I just
He
don't.
probably gets a bigger tax break by investing in a company or having an asset to. I mean, at that level, everything you do is strategic. Like that, they're not reckless with money at this point.
No, I get it.
So,
I get it.
I think, but you're owning a piece of history. I mean, if you do follow, the fact that I think it was Kobe Bryant, right? So there'll never be another one. You'll never get another Kobe Bryant authentic signature. So,
No, that's not true.
it's a piece of history on that card, that particular gold emblem collectible. It's going to be a museum piece at some point, maybe in the Smithsonian someday. Maybe not all three of them sign off that, they'll consign it to a museum at some point. Who knows? I mean, we don't know the inside.
No, of course. I get that. And there'll never be a new Kobe Bryant signature. But
Right.
I'm sure there's Michael Kobe stuff out there. I know this card is one of one. And all I'm trying to say is if I had that money, if I'm going to spend $4 million, I want the card in my house. I don't want to, we get it every third Tuesday and every 14th Monday. I want possession of it. Now, if you have a card like that, do you display it or do you have it in a safe deposit box? Do you have it in a safe? What do you do?
I mean, I think in a palace that these guys all live in, I would just imagine they would have a trophy room and they would have some kind of glass enclosure that illuminates and lights up. And when their friends come over to drink wine and they show off their $100 million palace, it's a conversation piece and it's an exhibit and it's a reason to come into their private collection and show off their treasures.
Maurice Spates, a good friend of the family, when he had the house built in Pinellas County, he had a display for his NBA championship ring that rotated, and the lights all get on it. It was really, kick ass.
Yeah, I mean, Shaq has a bed that rotates him. Like he is the attraction that spins around.
Shaq parks his cars in his house.
Well,
it's
that's the
not a
best way.
garage. It's not a garage. It's
So
part
does
of
your boy Bryson Chambeau. Chambeau, like he's got a Bentley in his living room right now on his social media, and he's taking 20 golf ball swings to make it in a little cup on the second story of his house.
Yeah,
and if he makes it,
yeah.
And if he makes it in the cup, he's giving away a free Bentley. So I mean, look, there's a lot of different reasons people have treasures in their home. You have treasures in your home, and you don't even want to display them. You had to bring them to the studio and put them behind your head. So
what you talking about, Willis?
I'm talking about the stuff behind you right now. Like out of your collectibles.
I brought a couple. I brought a couple other things today. I don't know where
you have a ton. You have a ton of memorabilia.
I do not.
What do you display? Like what do you put out for when your friends come over? Who else comes in your house other than me?
First of all, the circle of people that have been in my house is very small.
That's what I'm saying. So you would never build a display case to showcase anything that you have because no one's going to see it.
Right. Well, it's for me. It's not to show. I don't show the stuff I have. What little I have, it's for me. I don't display it. I don't even let my kids in my room.
Now here's a question. When you pass away, right? Because we all have a
Why
day.
do you always bring that up?
I'm just saying. I'm just talking in general, speaking. But are you like in the will? Do you lay out like what these things are and what the values are? Do your kids know? Because a lot of people pass away. They're clearing out estates. Grandparents pass on. There's so many collectibles and things that are historical value that get discarded as just donation to Goodwill because the kids don't know the value, don't know what it is. And, are they informed? Are they aware?
Are you done with the question? That's a long question. I believe 30 seconds after I'm dead, my wife burns all my stuff.
So what's the one thing that is not replaceable? Like if everything's going to be gone tomorrow, what's the one thing you want to pass on to your son and your daughter? Like if you have one item.
I don't know. I don't know what would mean or matter to them. I truly don't. They might want the belt, the Knockout Radio Championship belt from Shane And
that should stay with the show, though. I mean, that should stay. It says Knockout Radio.
There will be no show. The show is done.
When you go, I'm keeping Knockout Radio alive. I am Knockout Radio. We are Knockout Radio. And in France, you only order fries because you're already in France. And when you're outside, you already know what the weather is. But so there's no need for a meteorologist unless you're Leslie.
1 hour down, 2 hours to go. And yes, some blasting is coming when we return after the top of the hour. 1 hour.
On time, and my battery doesn't work.
This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone.
You're late. I don't even have a battery in here and it doesn't work. But I know you're late.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy, Juice Schuster, man. Shout out to Knockout Radio. Turn up.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Got bills and looking for work but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
WTAN Clearwater,
FM 106.1,
WDCF Dade City,
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. 2 children, ages 8 and 10, were killed when a gunman opened fire at their Catholic church and school in Minneapolis. Mayor Jacob Fry.
Don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church.
14 children and 3 adults were wounded in the attack. Police Chief Brian O'Hara says the gunman who took his own life had 3 weapons and fired from outside through windows.
The sheer cruelty and cowardice of firing into a church full of children is absolutely incomprehensible.
CBS Minnesota's Caroline Cummings at the scene.
I just saw walk past us a family with their 2 young boys, and the mother was just overcome with emotion.
CBS's Linda Kenyon.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt confirms President Trump has spoken with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. Earlier, the president released a statement on social media that reads in part, "I have been fully briefed on the tragic shooting in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The FBI quickly responded and they are on the scene. The White House will continue to monitor this terrible situation."
Also in Washington today, CBS's Allison Keyes tells us about an expansion of the federal takeover.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says his department is taking over Union Station amid an outcry from some residents and district officials over President Trump's crackdown on the nation's capital.
Not a power play. We've always had it.
Duffy says the soaring building with breathtaking architecture that opened in 1907 has fallen into disrepair.
We think that we can manage the property better.
Armed National Guard troops are patrolling the station.
Federal health officials have just approved Pfizer's updated COVID-19 shot, but with limits for many adults and children. Lawyers for Kilmar Abrego Garcia have told a judge he wants to seek asylum in the U.S. Abrego Garcia is now held by ICE in Baltimore after his release from a Tennessee jail. Overseas, as the Venice Film Festival kicks off, activists are hoping to redirect the spotlight from the Hollywood stars to Gaza with an anti-war demonstration.
What we want to do right now is actually to bring the attention to what is happening, bring awareness, and have this sort of pool of people to ask this for this to stop.
And Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice has been suspended 6 games by the NFL. Last month, he pleaded guilty to felony charges in the wake of a high-speed highway crash. Wall Street, Dow is up 83. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Tampa Bay's Tan Talk. Entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Hey, this is the A-Hole Show. Wes Sims here, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris, my main man.
All right, we are back coming to you live from the Pinellas Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility. Matt in a dungeon somewhere. Leslie's getting ready to get hammered when she gets on the show here momentarily. Before we invite the next guest, when the news said Kansas City Chiefs, didn't you think it was going to be the Kelsey Taylor Swift news?
Of course, yeah.
But it wasn't, so that's good news.
Yeah,
so
the
I saw
curveball.
something yesterday. The last time I saw a reckless driver like what you did, what I saw you do yesterday, is when we had Chuck Liddell at our gym in Pinellas Park, and a guy drove over the median into the 7-Eleven saying, was that Chuck Liddell? That's the last time I saw something until yesterday when you drove recklessly as you chased a boat down the road in Tampa. Let's welcome to the program Jerry Jr. Jerry, how are you?
Hi, how's everyone doing today?
I think we're all doing great. Before I let Matt talk, when did you start getting nervous when this reckless red Jeep started to come to you like you stole his lunch money?
Well, I'm not going to lie. I mean, we were pretty nervous driving boat truck from the Fox 13 facility all the way back to the dealership because we didn't have a plate on it. We went by several cops, and it's quite wide. So you really have to brace yourself for not getting too close to the other cars. You sort of come out of lane, especially on turns. And so as we're passing by, making this really terrible U-turn that became like a Q-turn by the time we were done with it, I noticed Matt hanging out from his red Gladiator, phone in hand. I didn't really know what kind of Gladiator it was. I saw some stuff in the back. I figured this is a guy who was a roofer or something and used it for utility. And then the next thing I know, when we parked that thing, he came right into the lot and ran out of the car. You know, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest.
I would have been locked and loaded if it was me. So just
Look, Randy, simply put, it's a Jeep thing, and you wouldn't understand, bro. But it's even more than that. It's a Gladiator thing. You know, like people express themselves through their vehicle. Like back when we were kids, you customize your bicycle, the color handlebars or the pegs or whatever. Well, as you grow up, right, Jerry, off-road and customization is an expression of who you are as a person.
Yeah, I understand that. Let me jump in and then you can respond. I understand off-road. This isn't off-road. So, Jerry, talk about what Matt tried to run into yesterday.
I mean, he was excited, right? At the end of the day, we get a lot of excited fans, that just love our builds and have seen the show on TV and come up to us. He was more excited about the truck than anything else. He was just like, I've never seen anything like this before. Does it actually work? What the hell's going on here? Do I not know about a great flood coming? You know, he had a few questions.
Well, Jerry, so I have a mobile gym on mine, and no one knows what it is. They don't know if it's a bike rack. They think I'm a roofer. You know, they don't know. And so I know when they see it, I know the excitement they get. And that's why people leave ducks, and that's why they show appreciation for the builds and for people customizing it. So, for me, I had never seen something like that, but I know that's how people treat me when they see and discover what I do.
No, they're running from you, Matt. You were running towards the boat.
That's why I need pontoons on the side so I can get away from them, because I can just drive in the water. Like, talk about the build, the boat truck displayed last night on Discovery Network worldwide. What's the feedback been like?
Oh, I mean, I've heard from so many people that think it's the coolest thing ever. And then I've heard from so many people that think it's the most ugliest, ridiculous thing they've ever laid their eyes upon. The episode debuted yesterday, 9 p.m. Every Tuesday, we have our Discovery Channel TV show called Truck Dynasty. So you'll see some really insane builds. I don't know if it's as insane as, of course, the boat truck. I was opinionated on it, especially in the episode. I didn't like it. I think it's, not a good idea. But obviously, I didn't win out on that as Joe ultimately built it. And the funny thing about it is a lot of fun. I think it's an eyesore, but man, there is nothing better in Jeep form because the crappy thing about going on a boat, right, is it's so time intensive. You got to make sure you have gas. You got to make sure the boat is prepped. There's always an electrical issue with it. You got to bring food on it. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to release it from the dock. It's a big, 2-hour process, not with this boat truck, which you literally go, nose into a lake, to a river, hit the engine just like you're driving a car. And literally it operates from the engine right to the propeller. The rudder's tied to the steering wheel. It's so easy to operate that it blows you away when you're actually in it and you appreciate it.
So when does the driver's license, go in the glove compartment and the fishing license or whatever become active?
We wouldn't know because we haven't gotten pulled over in it just yet. I'm sure it will come out as we use it more and more. We flew up there in Tampa where we have a dealership right there on Mabry Highway, which has been open for about 2 months. We're a big Florida brand, but we sell nationally, and we wanted to be in Tampa because so many of our customers are big Jeep and Bronco and Hummer and 6x6 enthusiasts in that area. So we said it makes sense to open up a dealership. So we opened it up there. Of course, we snagged, Good Day Tampa Bay, and we came up in a private plane that the owner owns, small little island hopper plane, which is, crazy enough. And then as soon as we got done with the interview, he was on such a high that he was like, we got to take out boat truck. Everyone wants to talk about boat truck. Let's go find a lake. Let's go drop that in there. And even trying to find a lake or an access point to get it, it was tough. We almost got stuck just going into some random lake, cutting through the woods, nose first. And it was so steep to go in that, we said, maybe this isn't the right spot. Also, something that was about 10 feet long jumped in the water with us. And at what point we said, we've got to back this out and go find something different.
What was the biggest issue in the conversion?
I think the biggest issue was those pontoons. Joe Gaddis, who's the, owner and visionary behind Apocalypse. This was like this childhood kind of dream, right? You're in the middle of history class, not paying a lot of attention. You start drawing something in your notebook, and he happened to draw this amphibious vehicle. And as he got older and he had the means to do it, he said, you know what, let's give it a whirl. And with that, he bought this pontoon-like boat and said, I need water displacement. We got to displace the weight of the vehicle. So I need these giant pontoons. And, he masterfully welded them onto the frame of it, to the chassis. But those pontoons are just huge. So having the wheels turn and not interfere with it, when you're driving on the highway, having no one, side swipe into it, it became sort of the problem with it.
Jerry, for our viewers on YouTube, do you have a picture of it with you by any chance?
Oh, yeah, I definitely do.
Great to see it for those those watching.
It's pretty crazy. I'm not going to lie. It's wild looking. If you go to our Apocalypse 6x6 page, you'll see it. Or Truck
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, here is.
It's hard to picture.
It's a crazy looking thing. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's,
yeah.
It's wild. It really is. It looks incredible. It looks ridiculous. And it looks sort of like a boat, right? It's like a truck and a boat all at once. And that's, of course, the name on it, Boat Truck, which on the episode, I'm not a big fan of the name.
So you use Wranglers and Broncos. Do you ever use like, Grand Cherokees like mine? You pimp my ride?
We could. With a Grand Cherokee, we could improve the lift on it, put some bigger wheels and tires, carve out the wheel wells to accept it, Kevlar coat the entire vehicle with our proprietary armor coating to protect it, give you a whole new interior. If you got a regular V6 engine, we could swap it out and throw in a 392 V8 Hemi or even a legendary 717 horsepower Hemi Hellcat in that beast, turn into like a Trackhawk style. So we do everything. We can do everything to every car. It comes down to how imaginative our customers are and how deep their wallets are.
I just want to correct one thing that you said earlier when you said it was an eyesore, because it's far from an eyesore. An eyesore is, what is that new? I think they're Teslas.
Yeah.
Whatever those ugly things are, that's an eyesore.
Cybertrucks.
Yeah, it's, what? I only say that because I did actually have a customer very interested in it. And he was just like, I don't know. I can't get over the look. But the function, I think, is what really makes it. And yeah, to some people, it's the coolest thing ever. If you're going to Jeep Beach, I mean, how do you not attract everyone at the event over to your vehicle? Because it is that different.
So
Jerry,
this isn't something that you just built for kicks. People can bring their vehicle to you, and you guys can convert it into something like this boat.
Absolutely. You know, it's a conversion kit that bolts on. You know, if you have the means to get the vehicle up on a lift, you could take it off. So you could have your Jeep Gladiator function like a normal 4x4, you know, 6 days of the week. And on that Sunday, you're cranking it on, bolting on the kit and enjoying it with your family out in the water.
Just like Jesus floating on water, baby, on Sundays on the Gladiator truck. Hey, so before we go on, Jerry, I took Randy to Jeep Beach over in Daytona a couple years ago. UFC 261, the first combat sport since COVID in the U.S. We were a part of the media corps to be a part of the inaugural event or the annual event. But Randy and I were in a hotel, and I'm like, Randy, let's get up early. Let's go down and check out Jeep Beach. And he goes, no, that's stupid. Why? It's just a bunch of people driving Jeeps. I'm like, you don't understand. And so, Randy, you want to finish the story?
Yeah, I'll finish it only because he's going to throw me under the bus. I wish a lot of bad things on Matt. So he wants to go drive an hour and a half first thing in the morning, blah, 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 blah. I really don't. I think it's dumb. You know, the wave that you guys all do, I think it's ridiculous, whatever. So I wake up early. I sleep 3 hours a night. I wake up. He's asleep. We're sharing a room. And I wake him up. I said, Matt, do you want to get up and go to Jeep Beach or do you want to go back to sleep? This jackass says, well, you don't have many sleeps left. So since you're up, let's keep you up and we'll go to the beach. And we went and drove on the beach, and it was kind of cool. But I guess you got to have a Jeep to love that, right?
Yeah. They're starting to do a lot of Bronco events. Recently, too, obviously, Ford came out that Bronco 2021. So they're trying to compete directly with Jeeps. So you're starting to see Bronco events pop up. But Jeep Beach is a very tightly knit community to be a Jeep driver. Yeah, you got the wave, you know, letting people know that I'm one of you. You got people excited to give out ducks, which, you know, my kids love it. Like, you take one of those trucks on the beach, it not only is the ambiance beautiful, you're with, you know, people that are like-minded, but man, when those kids are hanging out because you took your doors off and people are handing them these little ducks, you know, they love it. They light up. Not like they're ever going to play with those ducks again, you know.
Sure.
But it's quite a feeling. I love it. You know, Jeep Beach to me is just a real good community event. There's a lot of quality stuff they do to help the community and people in need. So that's great. And once again, it's a good vendor show.
Sure.
If you have a Jeep and you want to add to, which most people who buy a Jeep, that's the idea, right? You want to tinker with it. You want to add. That's where we come in as well, because we're so good at it. It saves you time, hassle, and the idea that, hey, I installed this whole thing that took me 5 hours and now it's not working. We ensure that it works.
And that's what I was going to throw out real quick before we run out of time is you can do other conversions as well. I'm assuming not just turn your Jeep into a boat, but turn your Jeep into a kick-ass Jeep to drive on the streets.
Absolutely. Bigger lift, wheels, tires, all new interior where you pick the color, exterior Kevlar coating, you pick the color, everything. You know, we have SoFloCustomParts.com, and on that website, you can get new fenders, new headlights. You can get a roll bar for your Gladiator, which no one else really has. You can do so much in such a little time with very little cost to turn yours into something special, which is the whole point of a Jeep, right? You want to brand it as something. I'm not sure if name on your Jeep on the hood. Did you call it something?
What about a cracked windshield on a Gladiator? You have access to that?
Yeah, well, no, that you probably
I'm the worst.
A flight or go buy some yourself.
Give it time.
I'm the worst driver.
At your door trying to fix it for you. Hey, you got a cracked windshield. Can I fix it for you?
Yeah.
I get solicitors all the time.
For my own defense, though, listen, both my vehicles, I have an FJ Cruiser, so I fit in the Toyota FJ Club. I also fit in the Jeep Club because they're separated. But both of them have cracked windshields, and it's more of a reflection of all of us are living life through cracked lenses. And some people's damage and emotional trauma is so heavy, they can't see through to see the life ahead and the greatness. Like Randy, when we were making that joke, he was extremely overweight. His health was declining, and he's dropped 50 pounds since G Beach because that comment.
Hold on a second. When was my health declining, jackass?
I was like, you know how many sleeps left? I thought that night I was going to have to pay for the hotel room.
Wow.
You are now officially under the bus, Randy.
I was hoping you'd make it to 11 a.m. so I get a free room on Knockout Radio's business credit card. But no. No, but
hey, we can install a refrigerator to get Randy back up to weight if you want his.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Jerry, let's treat you like a real guest on Knockout Radio. Like a fighter would come on and we ask them a Mount Rushmore question or something to get to know them personally. So you did work for Guy Fieri. He bought one of your 6x6 custom vehicles. You guys helped him with it. So you're going to dinner. 4 people get to go, living or deceased, and not family members, because I know you have a ton of them inside SoFlo Customs. Who you bringing to dinner with you?
Well, I mean, for me, I'm a little eccentric, so the people I would bring are a little crazy. I'd probably bring Richard Nixon. I'd love to hear his side of that entire story. That's a guy I really respect, and I feel like he got screwed in life the more you dig deeper into that. So I'd love to bring Richard Nixon for one. I would love, because I'm a big professional wrestler fan growing up, probably Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not that he was my favorite. Jeff Jarrett was always my favorite.
Really?
But I think Stone Cold, has done a ton of things, and he's just so universally liked that I'd like to pick his brain. Big hockey guy up there. You guys are in hockey land. Tampa Lightning are absolutely incredible. I'm a big hockey guy. I played beer league goalie, so for that, I'm going to pick Dominik Hasek, who I consider the greatest goalie that ever played the game. His style was very unorthodox. I'd like to hear about what made him very flexible. Maybe that would support me in my bedroom with my wife.
I got an attachment on my truck. I can help you.
And then I guess the fourth person that I would bring would probably be Jesus. Why not, right? You
making an appearance on Sundays.
That's definitely cool. Jerry, I want to thank you for coming on. Let's do this again. Let's get caught up. Let's talk about other vehicles that you're converting, and have some fun talking about it.
You guys are absolutely incredible. Randy, Leslie, Matt, thank you so much for having me. Guys, stop by the shop. We'll have a great time, okay?
We'll definitely do that. With that said, let's go hit a quick break. Coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility, this is Knockout Radio.
This is Mike Allstott, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat? Berg Sports Bar and Grill. You want to have a drink? Where do you go? Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it? That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
This is Randy Harris for Mick for Hair at Got Split End Salon in Pinellas Park, our official hair care and grooming provider who caters to everyone, women, men, kids, and senior citizens in an affordable, upscale environment staffed with the most talented professionals in the business. Visit Mick for Hair at Got Split Ends today at 4376 Park Boulevard in Pinellas Park, or call them at 727-290-9873.
Check out fantasypets.com, where fantasy meets cutting-edge technology. We create breathtaking 3D printed fantasy creatures that captivate hearts and minds. From the T-Rex to the dragons and the shark to the crocodile, every fantasy pet is a testament to our dedication and precision and quality. You can request custom designs and bulk pricing as well. Go to fantasypets.com. That's fantasypets.com. Say goodbye to outdated equipment and welcome the latest smart technology into your home. With Cool Breeze AC, you can effortlessly control the temperature and create the perfect environment from anywhere at any time. Call Cool Breeze today at 727-954-3605.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Hi, this is Richard Karn from Home Improvement, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
All right, we're back, coming to you live from different locations. Matt in a pretty cool studio. I'm starting to put some pretty cool studios together, and Leslie from her bathroom.
This is my kitchen. I haven't closed off. I'm not in the bathroom.
How are you late? How are you late to the show when you're at home?
From her house. She's an hour and 10 minutes late from her house.
25 minutes before. The link didn't work. And then it took over an hour to finally get a link that properly worked. But I was here and I was texting. And by the way, before I would like to say there was severe weather.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Where, in Bangladesh?
I'm a meteorologist. I know danger when it's out there. And when I was late the last time, there was a severe weather thunderstorm for which I had to pull over and wait. Now, unlike you numbnuts who go through the fog when you can't see anything or will drive through terrible weather and just continue on, I will not.
Is it just me? Or does it look like she's about to take her driver's license photo?
Yeah. Or prison. Or the
take a
prison
dog.
photo.
Okay. All right. Next
or she's
week I'm
taking a
gonna
dump.
I'm gonna go into. I just have to fix the lighting in the other area because I don't have as much sports paraphernalia as Randy, but I do have some cool stuff. Randy's got tons. And actually, I love the weather map back there, man. That you're kicking it right there. I love.
I even have a chef apron, a raise.
Oh, there's my raise.
Now we can cook. Let's go, Randy.
A little hat. Here, does this make it better? Does this look less bathroomy?
There you go.
I'm muting him. He's
look.
muted.
I match for my driver's license photo.
Oh my God.
I was thinking a clean background would be good, but you guys all look so cool. So just next week, be ready.
Well, Leslie, I have 2 watches here. Neither one have a battery in it, but I was still on time today. So
I was on time. I was here. I was sitting here.
Leave that as a reminder.
I was on time.
Before next week, I am setting up a meeting with you, Leslie, and Lola. And Lola will explain to you the proper etiquette to make sure you are always on time.
I am on time. I was sitting here. You gave me a link that didn't work. You guys are so funny.
Look, a slap on the wrist, not on Randy's right hand.
Hold on a second. Here's my response to that. If you would have logged in 2.5 hours early, like us professionals, Ed and myself, you would have known the link didn't work, and we would have had ample time to fix it.
And here's my response to that.
There is no response.
We tested it before, and it did work. And secondly, I emailed you because I was having a computer problem, and I texted you that I was having a problem getting the computer on. So I had a tech issue. But nonetheless, if you had provided the correct link, then all of this would have been fine.
So
hold on.
It's partly cloudy outside, guys.
Hold on. This is my final rebuttal, and then I'm muting you all.
Here it goes.
It's crazy to me, Matt, that the same link that Frankie Edgar received as Leslie Lacey received.
I sent you a screenshot.
And Frankie Edgar was on?
I don't know. I don't know, but we're on now. We're all on now, guys.
We
And
are
I've
on.
missed you guys. I've been in Scotland, and it is. I really wish I could have caught like a rugby match or something very Scottish like that. But instead, it was. I went to the International Film Festival. You would have dug it, Matt. Randy would have probably been bored.
I would have left.
Great.
I would have left early, no doubt. Take a guess. If you people can take you people, can I say you people?
Sure.
We still haven't talked about Rampage Jackson's son, which we still need to do. But who do you think is the largest toy distributor in the world?
Mattel.
McDonald's.
It's McDonald's.
No way.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
job, Matt.
It is
Wow.
McDonald's.
Wow. And that's just from
Yeah.
the little Happy Meal?
I'm going to say yes. That and a quarter will get you a free glass of water. You
Unbelievable.
you have to pay for water now at McDonald's.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Really?
When did that start?
Well, I don't know. We stopped the other day, and
Wow.
I wasn't going to spend the
Unbelievable.
$3 on a soda, so I said, "All right, I'll take a water," and I didn't look, and it cost me a quarter to get a water.
Wow. Because they want you to pay for the cup. That's what it is. They're doing the cup. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. I'll tell you something cool. Speaking of water, guys, in Scotland, when I was in the Highlands, well,
I'm
even when I was in
offended by the word
Edinburgh,
guys. I'm
I
offended.
just got it.
I'm offended by the word guys, just so you know.
You're all guys. I'm the only. I'm talking. There's no female. You really
kinda
are.
like
The one
I'm more of a
time
bro.
I'm
I'm more of a bro than a guy.
okay,
More of a
bros.
bro.
All right, homies.
All right, enough with you. I'm putting you on mute for a
The
second.
water in
Hold
Scotland.
on. Let's welcome
The
to
real bros.
program. It's been a while. Our good friend, the platinum one, Mike Perry. How are you?
Hey, what's up, brother? I'm doing well in beautiful Miami, looking at the beautiful city and ready for the greatest show to take place this weekend.
Talk about that. Talk about what you've built, how far it's come, and then talk about the card that you have.
Well, Dirty Boxing 3 this Friday, free on YouTube, is headlined by the great Jairzinho Rozenstruik. He's already fought for us once against a very tough competitor, and it was an amazing fight, and I'm looking forward to seeing him fight for our first ever and only title right now. Is the heavyweight title we're giving out first. It's the Dirty Boxing Championship, heavyweight championship, and he's got a young, hungry guy who's looking to come and gain some fame off fighting Jairzinho. And then we have lots of other great fights on the card. I mean, Milos Janicic is an incredible athlete. And, Phil Hawes is coming back, and he wants some redemption. I mean, there's just so many, and I'm going to drop a video for my fans on Instagram here soon. But DBX3 this Friday, free on YouTube. It's going to be an awesome night, commentated by yours truly, as well as Brendan Tobin and Jason Anik.
Before I ask you about the card and a couple of questions about who you're signing and how you're going about that, talk about the Brian battle. Brian was on earlier, took responsibility, for what happened with the UFC, which I thought was major stand up by him. But talk about the decision, how quickly he jumped on that and signed Brian Battle.
Right, absolutely. That pickup for Brian Battle, he's been great as well. I mean, like I said, there was lots of more great fighters, and I couldn't think of them all in one shot. But then you mentioned Brian Battle. Him coming back, he's looking to make weight and keep everybody quiet tomorrow, shut everybody up who's talking trash about him. People just love to make comments online. So, he's looking to shine. He said that he feels at home here at Dirty Boxing. We want to create more championship title fights for more weight classes. And, bringing in these hungry guys, we're going to have a great set of hungry guys in the crowd as well. Some of the top MMA fighters and competitors in the world, not just the country. And, we're at one of the greatest locations in the world, not just the country. I mean, Miami is definitely a lovely destination. So, just everything comes together. The team has built such an incredible card. We've had incredible fights fall out, and then the card kind of came back even better than ever. And I'm very excited to see how it all comes together. I mean, we got Hector Lombard on the card as well. Everyone knows he's very violent. So I'm excited to see, the type of violence Hector brings to dirty boxing. And you never know what you're going to get with some guys like that. So, crowd scuffles are still a possibility we're waiting on, man. Lots of entertainment to be had.
One more for you before Matt asks something. And I remember talking to Dave Feldman at the beginning of BKFC. You're getting all these phone calls. You're getting fighters that want to sign with you. How do you guys determine, who you want to bring in? It's more than just a name. They've got to be good fighters as well. And how difficult is that for you being a fighter, former fighter, active fighter, king of violence, running the show and saying yes to some and no to others?
It's a privilege and an honor. I'm still going to compete myself, which, just gives me more stripes and ribbons to fight for. I've got more to give back, and I've got more to support. I've got, I'm the guy. I'm the guy that you call when you want in. I'm the guy that can open the door. I have the big platform that a lot of fans and people are paying attention to at the moment, and I'm just honored and grateful. Like, I've been working hard my whole life, and now it seems, I'm doing more than ever, but it seems like more right than ever. Like, I'm able to do it. I'm not making excuses. I'm pushing myself in my workouts, and as well as my promotional marketing and entrepreneurship. Like, everything is coming together, and I'm very excited where we're going.
How difficult is it, running the show now? Again, a lot of these fighters, and when that decision, whatever that decision is, on a no, telling a partner, a fellow fighter, a brother that fights just like you, that no, there's not a spot, for you. How difficult is that? And, of all the things that you have to address, can they fight? Do they have a name? Can they promote, etc.?
Well, I think it's all just a part of the business. So, it's really, I don't concern myself with things that are out of my control.
Sure.
I do my part, and I definitely put my words in, but, I've lately been keeping myself out of things that aren't my business, and this dirty boxing being my business, if it's not good for us, then it wouldn't be good for you. And it's just, it's easy to tell people, hey, when things fit and when it's right, if you get a last minute call, these fighters are hungry and they're jumping in on them. And then, if they want a last minute call and don't get it, or if they want a matchup and thousands of because it's one, very entertaining and riveting. It's exciting, and everyone likes this style of fighting because it's mostly what we train. Everyone wants to be a better boxer, but they want to get dirty with it and use some of our dirty moves.
Hey, Mike, Matt here. Listen, man, I'm a commissioner, as you know, coming out of the ring on Saturday, seeing you in Orlando. Man, there are a lot of fighters that just show up and fight because that's their job. But, man, you show up and show out to all these different promotions. You really support the fight game, and this has been going on for years, man. So I'm so happy to see you in a position of power and authority, helping build a promotion and giving people an opportunity to live out their dream the way that you have. And but you're everything that's right with the fight game, dude. And keep rocking, keep doing what you're doing. We're proud of you, and it's awesome to see.
Well, thanks for tooting the horn, bro. I thought you were gonna ask me a question there, but
Me
Okay.
too.
I'm
Hey,
happy.
I do. Hold on. I do. I want to still get you on the back of my mobile truck.
Oh.
I got that vertical gym, and I said I would bring it over to you. I will literally drive it to your doorstep. You got to do nothing except step up, bring your crew, and I'll train you guys and show you the future of combat sports for conditioning the sympathetic nervous system without emotional triggers of cortisol or adrenaline.
Hold on. Let me say something, Mike, before you answer. Okay. If you would consider it, tell him he has to train with you in the ring first, and then you'll train with him on the Jeep.
Right, for real. Like
Deal.
y'all need
Okay.
to come be like, oh Mike, let me teach you something new about fighting. Like, first of all, you never been where I've been. You never fought the fights I've had. You never done the trainings I've done. I stand in the ring, square toe to toe, and go with these savages in the gym who got something to prove to me. And I take hit after hit, and I break people down, and I break their bodies apart, and crush their mental faces. And then, I'm old school, man. Chopping wood and freaking working hard, getting your hands dirty, you know, going for runs. Like, people are always like, oh, yeah, call me if you want to go run. Like, dude, I'm not going to call you and then wait for you to come over and then put my shoes on and we get ready together and then we go run at whatever pace we figure out. Like, I just put my shoes on and I'm out the door and I go. But I'm not against trying some new things
There you
when
go.
there can be like some involvement with some upper endings there. Like, if I can get some work in with another great athlete, things like this. I'm not saying I'm against those things. I am against them. But also, when I have a fight coming up, it seems like people want to come in and not you. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying people.
Yeah.
People want to come in and be like, oh, I want to show you this thing and that thing and do this and do that. And I'm like, listen, I've been doing this a long time. I've constantly known how to take care of myself, and I've only gotten better. And mostly about martial arts is your health. Health is wealth. So I'm building wealth, and because I'm so efficient at working on my health. So I'm a young, strong, healthy 33, and I will be the best I've ever been on October 4th. And anybody who wants to show me their new company is gonna have to pay me for that shit, because I've been doing it the right way all this time. That's why I've been crowned the king of violence. And don't let that fucking last fight
Truck. He said
misguide
trucking.
you.
He said trucking.
Excuse my language. I'm
He said
sorry.
trucking.
You got me all amped up, but don't let that last fight misguide you, because the next one's the best one. It's always been that way, and I'm working on my best self.
Well, I was going to be the professional and not talk about your upcoming fight, because we're talking about Dirty Boxing 3. So I was going to keep it right there. So
it all goes hand in hand.
All right.
The King of Violence is fighting bare knuckle October 4th, but Dirty Boxing Championships is free on YouTube this Friday. Don't freaking miss it. These guys all like to fight bloody war battles like Platinum Mike Perry does. And I take it, sometimes a little step further when you take the gloves completely off. What Luke Rockhold say? Have you ever put on no gloves? Have you ever put those on?
No.
Well, we got little gloves for you. 4-ounce gloves at Dirty Boxing Championships for these scared championship competitor fighters. No one's scared in Dirty Boxing. Don't let me say that, because Hector Lombard's gonna come for me if I say that.
Well, we don't want that.
These guys are savages, and Dirty Boxing is going to be Friday Night Fighter Works.
Before I let you go, final question: do you guys have the website where you're selling the shirts, you're selling the hats, the posters, all that kind of stuff, where fans can get some of the swag?
Yeah, if you go to @Platinum Mike Perry on Instagram, or if you go to Dirty Boxing Championships or DBX on Instagram, you go to their bio, the links in their bio. There's a few store links in there for Dirty Boxing Championships.
All right, there you have it. So the fans can reach out and purchase some of the swag. As always, Mike, thank you for your time. Great seeing you, and hopefully we'll see you this weekend.
Hey, you guys know that there's no better place to talk about the greatest in combat sports than Knockout Radio, baby. Let's go.
Nothing better than that promo. Thanks, Mike.
Go.
Take care. That guy is just the absolute best.
The best.
Awesome.
I've got a new nickname for him, and he said it. I don't know if he even, but I love it. The Wood Chopper. I know he's the king of violence, but the Wood Chopper is pretty good.
Do you know, Leslie, have I told you the story how Mike and I met?
No.
All right. True story. Matt will, he'll tell you if I skirt the story at all, and then we'll go hit this break. So I was involved with Kevin Carter, used to play for the Bucks, used to play for the Titans.
Yeah.
He did an annual Wish Foundation. It was for Make-A-Wish. And he did it in Nashville with the bass player, Jay DeMarcus.
Okay.
So with Chris Hovan, Chris brought me as his guest one year, and then I latched on and became heavily involved in it. The event was always on a Tuesday. It just so happened the one year Mike Perry was fighting at the arena in Nashville on that Saturday. Never met Mike Perry before.
Okay.
Reached out to him on Twitter. I said, hey, you're in town. There's this great charity event. I'm Knockout Radio, blah, 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 blah. Love to have you and your girl come out, have a good time. Open bar. You don't drink. You don't eat. It's all for your girl. Mike Perry came to that event that Tuesday mainly for one purpose. Matt, tell everybody what that one purpose was.
Health.
To throw off his weight cut so he would lose his fight.
Matt's an idiot.
Sabotage him.
Mike Perry came to that charity event to kick my ass. He'd never met me. He'd never met me.
You know what, Matt? Is this a running theme? You guys joke around about me being played a couple times, but every time I hear a story from Randy, it ends up he wanted to kick my ass.
Look, Mike Perry just wanted to beat my ass on this show because I offered to bring him a device to make him better. Like, he already knows everything, but I was just trying to help him.
So anyway, let me mute Matt, because for once this isn't about him. So
Not me.
Mike Perry thought that I was trying to sabotage his camp. So it's Tuesday. The weight cut is Friday. The fight is Saturday. I told him it's unlimited lobster. It's steak and lobster. It's an open bar. So he thought, because he didn't know me. So he walks through the door, walking in like Mike Perry does. And I'm standing there with Randy Couture. So as soon as he saw me and saw Randy Couture, he's like, okay, maybe this is legit. And ever since then, Mike has been to Knockout Radio, to me personally, a down-to-earth, good guy. I support everything that he does, and I'm very happy for what he's doing at DB3, which will be this weekend, free on Friday. With that, let's go ahead and break. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8-Man Strong, Staff Zone, and the Cool Breeze AC Pinellas broadcast facility. We'll be right
Hi, I'm Lawrence Taylor, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
8-Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or
But don't
strongest.
kid yourself. Mike Perry's going to kick that
True
ass.
lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience
You need
towards
to get
all
that promo,
obstacles
though.
that attempt to derail you, if you're a bold
It's great.
of the things you
Well,
want
that's why I didn't say anything, and I was glad you guys
in the
didn't.
path of reaching your goals, then you are 8-Man Strong.
Rhino Cards, located at 406 11th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, is your one-stop card collection facility, specializing in all sports, Pokemon, Star Wars, and of course, Knockout Radio's favorite, the UFC cards. If you're looking to purchase, sell, or trade, then Rhino Cards is the place for you. Details are coming on some very awesome UFC card giveaways, thanks to Rhino Cards as well. That's Rhino Cards, conveniently located in St. Petersburg, on 4th Street and 11th Avenue North.
I'm very excited to announce that Knockout Radio finally has our very own challenge coin, thanks to Challenge Coin Country. Challenge Coin Country is a family-run business with over 17 years experience making custom challenge coins, lapel pins, bottle openers, keychains, and many other custom products. They even produced 2 different variations for us, one for military recipients and a slightly different coin for civilians. I strongly suggest you check them out at challengecoincountry.com. with free express shipping, and they proudly offer discounts for first responders and military as well. That's Challenge Coin Country at challengecoincountry.com. Experience the charming Country Depot gift shop located in the heart of downtown Brooksville, located at 36 North Broad Street. From sports memorabilia to antiques, from handbags to one-of-a-kind art and decor, the Country Depot has it all. Check them out at countrydepot.com, Country Depot on Facebook, or stop by the store at 36 North Broad Street in downtown Brooksville. Got bills and looking for work but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
Hey, this is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, WBC heavyweight champion of the world, and you're listening to Knockout Radio. Bam, baby. Good night.
All right, we are back, closing up on hour number 2, hour number 3, midway through. Ian Heinisch will be on to talk about Ice Wars. That should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very much.
Only it'll be real. Not that the fights are not real in a hockey game, but they sometimes they are staged. You guys do know that, right?
Staged like a wrestling event?
I don't think they're. Let's go ahead and break down staged, because I don't think that they're told, okay, like wrestling or so, I'm going to do this swing or that. I think they just say, okay, look, you're going to fight him at one point, and that's it.
Well, that's what I mean by staged. I was in the back one time when one of the hockey guys told the opposing guy, we're going early.
Okay.
So
that's still a real fight.
No, I'm not saying that I'm not saying it's a WWE fake thing. I'm saying they're still throwing punches.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not like, in the heat of Shiloh Sanders, let's throw a punch. Because I got mad because the guy pushed me into the end zone. We're going to go.
They wait for the moment. But the moment is real. I mean, I don't think they decide, okay, during, third quarter this time I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? They wait.
No, they have. No, they definitely have. They're like, all right, as soon as the puck drops, we're going. Or,
okay.
You're
saying
now,
they pick the time too?
They sometimes, I'm not saying always, sometimes. Now, since you said it's not like in the heat of battle, let's talk about, I don't know how you pronounce it, Rajay Jackson and what he did to Stu. Thoughts? Either one of you?
Leslie? Yeah, of course. I mean, Hulk Hogan talks about how they weren't scripted back in the day. They kind of had they were scripted, but they had so much impromptu that they would read the crowd. What?
No, I'm saying we moved on to what just happened with Quentin.
No, I'm saying, but in the sport of wrestling, you don't really know what's real, what's not, because they're improvising. They're making up stuff based on crowd reaction. So for the referee, when Rajay Jackson lost it and knocked out an unconscious Stu and just kept punching him for real punches, it was hard to watch because they probably thought it was part of the script. I mean, the referee was just kind of standing there, like he was giving a 3 count.
Yeah, no,
right?
He didn't count him out.
So how do you know when it turns real when it doesn't in a sport of wrestling? I mean, that's a tough place to be.
No, I totally get it, but I would have thought. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud that who you've seen in the back, who's on the roster. Wouldn't you think you'd know the roster? You know who's performing that night?
Brock Lesnar comes in secret limo, secret entrance. All of a sudden you hear the music and then he runs out and everyone's shocked. Like the producers, the analysts, the commentators.
But hold on. Producers, commentators, everybody knows Brock Lesnar is a wrestler with the WWE. Now you're right.
I think shocked is an act.
Well, no. When Brock Lesnar came in at the end of the pay-per-view, like 3 people in the arena knew it. So the commentators, when they were yelling, holy blah, 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 they were shocked. They had no idea Brock was there. But as the commentator, as the ref, Brock Lesnar is a WWE performer.
Right.
So it is a little bit different. But in the case of what happened with Jackson is, and I don't know the whole story, but a situation happened, and however you say, Psycho Stu thought he was part of the thing early, apologized, blah, 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 blah. And then hours later, he runs into the ring and just beats the crap out of the guy.
We hit him with a beer can, like
Right.
this real American beer can that we did celebrate Hogan, rest in peace.
They've been hitting them with objects for years. That's part of
But there's
wrestling.
a technique where you crush the can and then you hit them to save the damage, right? So
I thought
there's
you were gonna say
techniques
to
they
save the
use.
beer.
No, there's techniques that they use, like when you hit a chair, that
Oh,
they
of
do in
course.
wrestling. That they're real objects, but they're done in a almost like a choreographed dance. A choreographed dance.
Tony is in the chat room, and he says, and we don't know if this is true. This is just what Tony's saying, is that he was supposed to get in the ring. He just wasn't supposed to hit him for real.
I saw some chatter online that he was actually allowed to hit him to get payback for what he did, but it was a part of the scripted, like, acceptable role.
That's a tough call with wrestling, because let's just say if he's not supposed to hit him, then technically it's assault.
Right.
Okay. And he should be arrested. But if you do that, then that says to every single wrestling fan out there, everything else is crap. Everything else. It solidifies, if you were to arrest him for assault, which is what he did, if it wasn't planned, it completely abolishes a lot of credibility that wrestling has for everything else, because it's
Now,
not.
does anybody
I know
care
it's
if it's not Rampage Jackson's son? Like, Rampage was on the poster behind me, ironically, from 2012. You know, if it wasn't Rampage Jackson's son, does anybody care? I mean, are we talking about this right now?
I think
Front and
so.
center?
I think so. I do think so. Because it's wrestling, and huge wrestling fans, and so it would stem down from that. Is it going to get as much exposure if it wasn't? Yeah, probably. Let's be honest, probably not. But I still think this makes TMZ and all that kind of stuff.
Well, what happens? I mean, that's the thing. Do you guys think that he should be banned? I mean, remember when
banned?
He wasn't a part of it.
He shouldn't be banned. Well, even if he
wasn't
was
a part of it.
Hold on, even if he was part of it, because Tony's saying there's other stuff and blah blah blah. Even if he was part of it, he should go to prison for attempted murder. I mean, let's be honest. If that happened in a real fight, they would be suspended. He should be jailed. In my opinion, there's no question. I mean, 22, the guy's laying there unconscious.
But it's
when would he stop?
difficult. It's very difficult to put people in jail when it's a sporting event. There's been many things throughout history.
Hold on a second.
I agree with you.
Hold on a second. Hold on. It wasn't a sporting event.
It's an entertainment event.
It's entertainment. Wrestling is not a sporting event, because I understand what you're saying. And if he gets carried away, let's be honest. Every time
It's
a pitcher
considered a sport.
Every time a pitcher hits a batter, it's on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Not always.
Not always. That's not true.
A lot of times. More times than you think, it's on purpose.
Who was the guy he just threw inside all the time? Was it Ramirez? I can't remember. He was a Red Sox guy, but he would always. Anyways, I don't think that's true. I think pitchers, their arms get tired and they're not as godlike as we think.
Leslie, you naive young lady.
No, I think that's. Thanks for calling me young. So
the only person, listen, the only person in Tampa that has more like Rays gear than you is John Gruden, who opened his box of care package from the Rays this week. But you are absolutely 100% wrong. Yeah, because pitchers absolutely use it as a weapon. They
sometimes, sure, guys, but I don't think most of the time. Sure, but I don't.
Wrestling's entertainment because they had steroids and they couldn't be a real sport under the guidelines of sporting terms for performance-enhancing drugs.
So you're telling me that
registered
golf,
as entertainment. They're entertainers.
Golf is more of a sport than wrestling.
They're more like Monster Truck. That's why Feld Entertainment puts on a lot of like those kind of events. Like it's more of a spectacle than it is.
I understand it's a spectacle and all that, but it is, guys. These are athletes.
No, they're athletes.
They are, and
they're
so and
definitely
they're
athletes.
competing, I just don't. I think that you put wrestling under sport. I'm sorry. I think it's a type of sport. It's just a unique, weird,
It's not a sport. It's entertainment.
Is golf a sport?
Hell no, it's a game.
Oh, Leslie with
That's
the
what I'm
shade.
saying. You can't call golf
You
a
are-
sport
you-
and not wrestling. When you
you
have
are from
athletes
Florida.
competing, it's a sport.
You are
No,
from
that's not
Florida,
true.
throwing all that shade.
Yeah, I disagree.
How can a scripted event be a sport?
Well, you can go off script because the fighting is scripted in hockey, so all of a sudden is now
But hockey's
hockey
not.
a sport.
But hockey isn't scripted. It's just when they're going to throw down to whether they have a beef. If they have a beef and they want to settle it on the ice is one thing, or the
But there's
game
improv.
is real.
There's like what Hulk Hogan was saying. There was improv in wrestling. So
Sure.
so you're saying, well, it's not fully scripted. You can go off script with some things. I understand.
Where we don't go off script is at the top of the hour. So let's hit this break, our final top of the hour break. When we return, Ian Heinisch. I got something caught in my coat there. Sorry. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Uriah Faber, and you're listening to Talking Sports with Randy Harris.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. Live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you. If you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
WTAN Clearwater,
FM 106.1,
WDCF Dade City,
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. A gunman opened fire during Mass at a Minneapolis Catholic school today, killing 2 children. Mayor Jacob Frey.
You cannot put into words the gravity, the tragedy, or the absolute pain of this situation.
CBS's Anna Schechter.
He was shooting from the outside of the building through the windows, including stained glass windows in the church. So those bullets were shattering those windows, and they struck the children in the pews, an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old, killed 14 other children wounded.
Police Chief Brian O'Hara.
Police officers from the Minneapolis Police Department immediately responded, entered the church, and attempted to provide first aid and rescue some of the children that were hiding throughout the building. While other first responders came and EMS responded to rush victims to nearby hospitals.
The suspect killed himself in the church parking lot. Linda Kenyon reports the Trump administration has new restrictions on COVID-19 vaccines.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says the FDA has rescinded the emergency use authorizations for COVID vaccines. On social media, Secretary Kennedy said the Biden administration's authorizations were, quote, once used to justify broad mandates on the general public, unquote. Kennedy says now the vaccines will be authorized only for those considered at higher risk with different age requirements for Moderna, Pfizer, and Novavax. In addition, he says all patients who want the vaccines can get them, but only after first consulting with their doctors. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Lawyers for Kilmar Abrego Garcia said today he wants to seek asylum in the U.S. The 30-year-old Salvadoran national has been at the center of the president's immigration crackdown. Jim Grasula has the latest on a controversial Florida detention center.
The head of Florida's emergency management says the controversial state-run detention facility in the Everglades, dubbed
dubbed Alligator Alcatraz, will likely soon be empty. That's according to the Associated Press. The state has been fighting a federal judge's order to close the facility by the end of October.
The administration is taking control of Washington's Union Station. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the station has fallen into disrepair when it should be a point of pride. National Guard troops have been patrolling D.C. The federal government has already taken over Washington's police. On Wall Street today, stocks are higher. The Dow up 148 points. The Nasdaq up by 44. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
Tampa Bay's Tan Talk, entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
What's up? This is Sean Lights Out Merriman, former Charger, now CEO, co-founder of Lights Out Extreme Fighting, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
All right, we're back. Final hour. To talk about a couple different things. Ice Wars, BKFC Ice Wars with Ian Heinisch here momentarily. He'll be jumping in. I'm fighting with myself right now. All right, so I have a 50-50 chance of winning and a 50-50 chance of losing this fight.
It's going to be a draw. I can see it. You're like a draw kind of guy. Yeah.
You get your ass kicked when you're fighting yourself.
All right, so here's my dilemma. The GoFundMe that was started for Stu, we're going to talk about that later, okay? We'll come back with that. But on the program with us right now, a friend of mine from a long, long time ago, ran into him at the airport of all places, and he is now the head guy, the president of BKFC Ice Wars, and that's Ian Heinisch. Ian, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing real good. We just met with one of the fighters at the ice rink and just got him squared away and just getting ready for this big event October 10th.
All right, we'll talk about that in a second. First, let's catch up. How have you been since retirement? It's been a couple years now. What have you been up to? And then we'll get into how you are now the president, head honcho of Ice Wars. What you been up to?
Yeah, so as people know, I got that really bad brain injury. I had some stomach stuff going on, and I'm actually really finding all the stuff that I had actually going on with me and getting to the source of it and detoxing. But unfortunately, my career ended a little bit shorter. I was number 9 in the world. I was on a tear headed to the belt in my eyes, especially with, the people I was beating and the people I have beaten, had really good fights with, and their success. But, God had a different plan, and I got this injury. There was nothing I could do. I was just fighting to feel normal again. Like, I'm talking terrible slurring of words, light sensitivity, headaches every day, confusion. It was a terrible feeling. And in that time, I kind of taught myself the crypto game, and it was right time, right place. I sold my rental in Colorado and went all in on crypto at the lows. And, that exploded for me. I was still doing that marketing. I have a YouTube show. I have a great mentor, great partner in that, B-Roots. And then, I always wanted to stay connected to this fighting game. I wasn't even able to train. I'm just now starting to be able to strike again. I'm looking forward to grappling again. I had to fully step away. So I prayed, and it was always my goal to have a part of this. I did a couple commentating things for MMA. And then I was asked to do it for Ice Wars when it was basically a regional, local, back of a bar type promotion. I did the commentating for that. I stayed in touch with the founder, and a lot of things happened with that. But later, he then teamed up with BKFC, has a deal with them, and then they said, you know what, we want to help back you, get behind this. And Charlie, the CEO, asked me to step in as the role as the president. I was a commentator as well. And so since then, it's just been boots on the ground, running, getting this business going, figuring out the team. We've had 2 events so far, but now, the next event is going to be our biggest. We're at the stadium of the Stanley Cup champions, 2-time Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers, at the Merritt Bank Arena, October 10th, and it's going to be our first live and first ever fully sanctioned bare knuckle hockey fights.
I'm going to ask you the same question that I just asked Mike Perry, and I used to always talk to David Feldman about. When you would get the phone calls, as you're getting the phone calls, how do you determine the talent that you want to sign? Is it, do they have to be hockey players? Obviously, they have to be able to skate. So what are some of those things that make your decision?
Yeah, so we have we're in an interesting spot, similar to maybe even UFC 1 I could compare it to, where you have the interest of BKFC fighters, boxers, MMA fighters, and then you just have hardcore hockey enforcers. And we're bringing all these styles together. We've even had Muay Thai guys, kickboxing guys. So it's a little bit more challenging because, especially for these hockey guys, we don't have footage on them. We don't have Tapology. We can go see all their fights and analyze it. But we have an amazing matchmaker, John Nasty Morasti, who is an enforcer legend out of Canada. So he's been kind of dealing with all of that. And we've kind of just been seeing how it works. We got as many good Canadians and as many Americans that we could find. But you're seeing people like Charles Rosa, who's a UFC vet, a complete stud, but he played college hockey. So he's going to make his debut October 10th in the co-main event. And then you have some BKFC guys who can skate. So you're finding a lot of different people, reaching out to us now, especially when the Canadians actually won, because it was Battle of the Borders, and the Canadians won by one fight in that event. And now you're seeing all these Americans want to come in. So you really have to just make sure they can skate, because we have had guys who basically lied and they fell down the whole time, because it's all about balance. And then you got to have tough guys that can throw hands and know how to box. So we're kind of in our experimental phase. We're seeing some big rising stars come up, and we have hundreds of applications coming in, especially as we do more and more shows. So we're just kind of, in the beginning stages of figuring out how to find the best talent and the best hockey fighters on this planet.
One more question for me, and then I'm sure Matt or Leslie has one as well. It's going to sound stupid, but for people that haven't watched, anytime you see a hockey fight, what's the first thing that happens? Throw the gloves down, you pull the sweater up over their face. So tell me, is there uniforms? Is that part of this? Is that not? I mean, it's a serious, because I want to know. So tell me.
Yeah, so we have, they're in full hockey uniform, right? It's no pucks, no sticks. It's all the fun stuff. So these guys, it's 3 1-minute rounds. They're meeting in the center of the ice box, as we call it. And, they can grab the jerseys. We do have the jerseys tied down, so you're not really going to see as much of the full pulling the bottom of the jersey over the head. But you do see the collar get pulled sometimes almost over the head. Okay. But because of it being hockey fights are fast in the games, right? You pull the shirt over a few punches, ref stops it, the game continues. But this, you're having to fight a 3 minutes fight, 1 3-minute round. So we're making it so you can't really pull that jersey over their head. But there is so many different techniques of using that jersey, of spinning the guy around, of keeping your distance, throwing, sticking and moving. Like, it's crazy to see how this new sport is evolving.
Well, it's like a gi. It's like the gi back in the day of the early UFC.
Absolutely.
So tell me that
when they go, just quick question. What about when they go to the ground? Do you see a lot of that? Is it pretty quick, just for being on ice when people start, hammering each other? How quick are they falling to the ground?
It depends. Some fights stay on the feet the whole fight, but a lot of fights fall to the ground. And it's like boxing. You fall to the ground, stop the action, stand them back up. If it's a true knockout and you see the punch land hard, you're going to get your 10 count. But for the most part, the really good guys don't fall much. But when you are making a guy fall over and over, if you've been in MMA, the up down is very exhausting, but now they're falling on a rock hard surface, and we've actually seen injuries, elbows go out, shoulders go out. Yeah. So the balance is so key in this new sport.
What about referee wise? Let's be honest, a lot of hockey fights, all they do is they go, they skate in a circle until the ref finally comes in and says, all right, enough, go to the box. I mean, tell me what are the rules? What can the referee do? Does he make them get it in action or what?
We've never had a problem with action because if you think about it, you have 1 minute per round to just scrap, and these guys just meet, and there's just violence the whole time. So we haven't seen any issues with that. Most of these referees are NHL guys, hockey fighters. So they're very experienced. They're very knowledgeable of what's going on. They keep each other safe. And then, with as far as action, you're going to get pure action for the entire fight for the most part in almost every fight we've seen.
Hey, Ian, Matt here.
What's up,
Listen,
man?
first off, before we get started, could you teach Leslie Lacey, our co-host, how to build a backdrop? I mean, you have your social media, you've got your name, you've got the belt, we know what you are, you're a champion.
Got the sunglasses.
So that's first. Secondly, I'm not nearly the matchmaker that DJ Tony is from Roscoe Elite, but has anyone reached out to Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding for Ice Wars and maybe like battle it out on the ice?
Yeah,
Granny Wars. They're so old by now.
Yeah, I mean, we're working on. I think we have our first female fight for this card coming up in October 10th. So, and the fun part is in the main event, we have a young rising star who has fought with us and had one of the best knockouts that we've seen. He's young. He's on this show called Shoresy in Canada, which is a massive TV show out there. All the Canadians know it's all about hockey. So he's a star out there. And we've brought in a true hockey enforcer veteran. This guy was on the LNAH, which is one of the toughest Canadian hockey leagues. And he's got over 400 fights on the ice. So we're bringing in that. And then for the co-main event, we have Charles De La Rosa. He is, UFC veteran, Boston Strong. This guy has a crazy fan following, and he can fight. He has had so many fight of the nights, performance of the nights in the UFC, and he played hockey in college. I just met him today at the rink, and he's looking phenomenal. He has some crazy guys he's bringing in to help him train, but he's fighting some tough guys. He's fighting a hockey enforcer, Reed Krokowski, whose nickname is the Spaz. So it's going to be no easy fight for him, but he's coming to prove that the MMA UFC veteran can knock out these hockey guys. So it'll be an interesting fight to see MMA versus hockey, who comes out on top.
So last question for me, Ian, is so I have a wall behind me. I like to put on the map where our guests are from, but it's not where you're born on your birth certificate. It's like where you identify with your heart. And I know you, on your fight resume, it says you fought out of Fuck It, Thailand, but you call Denver home. You know, where are you from? Where's Ian from?
I was born in Denver, but I feel very at home here in Florida, South Florida.
South Florida, okay.
Yep.
So I'll put you on the map. You will now officially. What part of South Florida? Where you at?
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
You're on the map, baby.
Ian, let me ask you this. Early of this sport, obviously. So how do you guys get judges? How do you know how to judge a sport that's so brand new?
We have hockey enforcers do it. We have guys who have been out there. We had McCarthy. We had these guys who have been in these fights. They know how. And it is not a point system. It is damage. Somebody's going to win. There is no draws in this sport. Whoever goes out there and does the most damage, you either won that round or you lost that round. And they come together, and you have 3 judges, and we figure out who is the winner. So that's going to be very interesting for gambling, sports betting in the future, because you're not going to have those draws. Somebody's going to win, and I like this style.
So you got black or red with no green, basically. Roulette.
Yep, exactly.
Anybody get that? Does anybody play roulette besides me?
I do.
Awesome. Okay.
So coming from Denver, there's snow there. I'm assuming you probably know how to skate. Is it going to be difficult to keep you out of this?
I am not a skater. I am not even as much of a hockey guy. I always respected the sport. I love watching the fights. I know fighting, and I'm not even the best skater, but I'm loving it because I'm learning a whole new world, and these hockey fans are passionate. They're crazy, and this is bringing together so many different spheres of sports. You got your hockey, you got your boxing, you got your bare knuckle boxing, you got your UFC MMA. So we're bringing together all of these guys, and I need to work on myself getting on the skates, but I don't see myself.
Hey,
I'm in the promotions. I'm on the other side now.
So Ian, now fighters reach out to you. What about commentators? Like Mike Goldberg is like a level 4 hockey coach. He lives here in Sarasota. Has
Really?
he reached out like to be a part of BKFC Ice Wars?
I think someone has been in touch with him, but I would be very interested in that. So if you know him, tell him to reach out.
He's like he's a high level hockey guy. So
Oh yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah.
I'll as soon as you're off, I'll text you something about that.
Okay.
Question,
I was just thinking about the footwork, and obviously, if you're on the ice, it's slippery. But I just kind of wondered if you could kind of go through the big differences and how they, adapt to something like being on skates and boxing versus just standing there, in the round.
Oh, it's a massive difference. You're not moving your feet when you're punching. Your feet need to be planted with the skates. I'm seeing all different types of techniques. You have guys that skate backwards, keep the distance, throw a combination, and can move side to side so well. I like that style. You see really good damage there. And then you have guys that are just so good with the grips, holding the jersey, looking away, boom, coming back, knocking people out. The footwork is very different than MMA, and balance is everything. These guys got to have good balance, because if you're falling over and you're having someone ragdoll you around, you're not going to have a good night. I don't care how good you can fight, how good you can punch. You got to have your feet under you. You got to have good movement on this ice.
Awesome.
And how far can they skate out? I know they meet in the center, but what is the containment around them?
I believe it's 800 square feet.
Okay, so they got the whole rink.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
excited about it.
It's not a whole rink. It's like it's not a whole hockey, but yeah, it's big. They can move and do some maneuvering.
Cool stuff. Ian, I know that we're going to talk and get involved, and I'm looking forward to that. What I do want to ask you about, and I know we've talked about swag, and we're going to wear some stuff and post some stuff. Where can fans purchase stuff? What is available? And knowing that I was back at UFC 1, I was there at BKFC 1, the memorabilia to get now, if you get as big as BKFC, if you get as big as UFC, people are going to want stuff from Ice Wars 1, Ice Wars 3. So where are you in that, and where can people purchase stuff?
Yeah, so we have boxes of merchandise that we're getting shipped to us very soon. So follow BKFC Iced on Instagram. Tickets are now on sale. You can find that in the bio of BKFC Iced, or you can just go to the Merit Bank Arena website, look for the event. Tickets are now on sale. They are selling crazy fast because the Merit Bank sent out emails to all their hockey fans. So these guys are loving it. They are eating it up. And yeah, that's basically the two spots. And I 100% agree with the merchandise. We're going to bring a lot of merchandise, and it's going to be a historical event.
Not to look past what's coming up, have you already thought about the next one, the one after? Are you already starting to put cards together, locations, that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. We are working on getting at least one more event this year, and we want to try to get anywhere from 10 to 14 events next year, at least one a month.
That's so awesome. I'm so happy for you. I'm excited about the whole sport of it.
Yes.
Thank you for your time, and I'll text you as soon as the show's over.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Randy.
Thanks,
all
Ian.
right, thank you guys. We'll see you soon.
Talk to you soon. That is the president of Ice Wars. What a good dude. Used to do the show all the time, and he is back.
Yeah, great guy, man. And you know what? He gave me an idea, Randy. I never thought that my vertical gym, because of the straight arm and strengthening the connective tissue internally, it would make you a better ice fighter than a traditional fighter because of that connection. So now we got to go to Fort Lauderdale, baby. You and me. Let's road trip.
I am going, but
we can go.
We'll decide about a you, but I will definitely go. Right now, where I'm going to go is to this break. So let's go hit a break. Coming to you live from, at least I am, from the Cool Breeze AC Pinellas broadcast facility. Matt from his studio, Leslie from her bathroom. We'll be right back.
The driver's license studio.
This is Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, the baddest motherfucker and the fight of the year, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat? Berg Sports Bar and Grill. You want to have a drink? Where do you go? Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it? That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Oh, Randy, no music.
This is Randy Harris for Hair at Gott's and Salon in Pinellas Park, our official hair care and grooming provider who caters for everyone, women, men, kids, and senior citizens in an affordable, upscale environment staffed with the most talented professionals in the business. Visit Mick for Hair at Got Split Ends today at 4376 Park Boulevard in Pinellas Park, or call them at 727-290-9873.
Check out fantasypets.com, where fantasy meets cutting-edge technology. We create breathtaking 3D printed fantasy creatures that captivate hearts and minds. From the T-Rex to the dragons and the shark to the crocodile, every fantasy pet is a testament to dedication and precision and quality. You can request custom designs and bulk pricing as well. Go to fantasypets.com. That's fantasypets.com. Say goodbye to outdated equipment and welcome the latest smart technology into your home. With Cool Breeze AC, you can effortlessly control the temperature and create the perfect environment from anywhere at any time. Call Cool Breeze today at 727-954-3605.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Hi, this is Baseball Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. You're listening to Knockout Radio.
All right, we're back. I'm coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC Pinellas broadcast facility. Leslie from her bathroom, Matt from his studio.
She just got an Amazon delivery. She just ordered a backdrop. While we were at break, she's like, okay, I got to go order something online.
I got to do something.
All right, so here's my dilemma. Okay, and I really, honestly, I really don't know which way I want to go with this. So maybe the two of you might be able to convince me one way or the other. So the GoFundMe that was started for Psycho Stu, who was viciously attacked by Quentin Rampage Jackson's son. There is a go flush the toilet.
Pay her bill.
Yeah, I guess not.
Tip the driver.
So the GoFundMe has a considerable amount of money on it. I didn't write down, or I've lost it, how much it was. My question is, if you make a donation, okay, would you do it anonymously, or would you do it and put your name on it?
Depends on what your purpose is.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Thank you. You answered my question.
I mean, if you really care about feeding the homeless, you just do it. You don't put it on your social media to show everyone you do it. So if you're going to make an impact, if it's genuine from the heart, and you don't want the publicity or notoriety for it or the credibility for it, then you stay anonymous.
It's my thoughts. I mean,
but I have a Rampage story for you.
Well, I want to finish this first.
Quick question.
Okay.
If you stay anonymous, do you still get the tax break?
Sure. Absolutely, you do.
Yeah, there'd be a record of it from your bank
Right.
account, so you would
Yeah.
be able to write it off.
I have no problem with that, Stan. But it's also like, why are you hiding? I mean, what's wrong with saying, like, why do you have to say, oh, I'm going to hide? Just like do it and whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's why I'm saying I'm torn. I'm not saying that the two people that I happen to notice, who donated, one donated $2,500, one donated $10,000. I'm not saying that they did it, because certainly neither one of these two people need the pat on the back. They don't need recognition. One is one of the biggest names probably in the world right now, who I had no clue who he was when we were on an elevator together. So you know who that is. Yeah, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast donated $10,000.
But at the same time, depending on who you are, Dana White took a lot of flack for not getting involved with the Ben Askren lung transplant donation fund, where Jake Paul came out of nowhere, a non-UFC guy, and Dana being the president of the UFC.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me jump in. Ben Askren isn't a UFC guy. All right, go ahead. Move on.
He was a UFC guy.
He has 3 in the UFC. That doesn't make him like a UFC veteran. I'm so against that. Just because he had a fight in the UFC, and now he still has Jorge Masvidal's knees,
But if you're a baseball player and you make it to the Major League Baseball, not farm league, AAA, AA, single A, you're always an MLB player forever. If you make it to the highest level of fighting, UFC, the biggest promotion, you're always a UFC fighter.
Well, first of all, I'm going to prove you wrong again. If you play A ball, if you play double A ball, if you play triple A ball, you're a Major League Baseball player. You're an MLB player. You're a pro baseball player.
You're a minor
in MLB.
Leaguer. You're a minor leaguer.
You can't call yourself majors. But I got a Rampage story for Leslie. I want her opinion, because she's a veteran.
Well, she's Army.
She's Army. Okay. So look. So here's my Rampage question. So obviously I'm too old to join the military. 42 is the oldest for Navy. Even though I'm capable and I have the ability to pass the entrance test physically.
If you had prior service, they'll deduct those years. But yes, you would be too old without.
But I've aged out. Now, I've also aged out, apparently, at an Asian restaurant, sushi restaurant in Tampa. I'm too old to be a server because the work is too demanding. It's too physical, too much high pace. And so, if you remember Rampage, the video game, where basically it was Godzilla, these gorillas and these dragons and monsters would crash windows and eat people out of the skyscrapers, and it was a whole play on Godzilla. My question is, what have you ever been aged out of?
What have I ever been aged out of? Well, at this point in life, I haven't. I would just say casting, in a sense of
decorating her bathroom.
Decorating my bathroom, yeah, clearly, yeah. No, I'm too old. Clearly too old to decorate my bathroom. This isn't my bathroom, by the way. It's just a wall.
But here's the thing.
If I'm auditioning, okay, and they want someone who is 16 and I'm 19, but it's worked in my favor before when. I've played someone younger, than I played someone older, but you're not, so you might be 19, but you maybe look 22. That's silly, but those are the only, so far in life, that's the only thing that I'm aware of, that I've been aged out of. I work in the broadcast, and
I bring it up to say this, because Rampage Jackson, right? His son lost it and hit a guy 22 times after he was already unconscious. This Asian restaurant said I wasn't capable of doing the job. Now, if I physically went in there, I would be a Rampage, like the video game, and there's nothing that they could do to stop me physically because of who I am. And I think it's wrong that I'm 50 years old and I can't join our military. I can't protect our freedoms. I can't be a proud American because the military says I'm too old. But physically, at a biological standpoint, I'm more capable than an 18-year-old who's drinking energy drinks, out of shape, unhealthy, gaming, streaming. You want an 18-year-old kid to protect your freedoms physically when I'm capable and I can't because I'm too old?
Well, no, it's more than that. It's about being easily able to manipulate that 18-year-old boy into taking orders and doing what you want. That's a lot about why it's 18 or 19. It's not just physical.
Well, you know what else it is?
It's mental.
Here's something else it is. If you go in at 50, in order to retire a veteran, that means you're in the military till you're 70. And that option would, I'm just saying, I'm sure
usually they'll pay you out. But I agree with Matt.
Yeah,
and
they're going to pay him out 2 weeks after he signs in to get him the hell out.
No, if he's contributing, I completely agree that it is a problem to have an age limit on the military, because there are so many instances that Matt is talking about. I knew women who could outrun men, but yet women couldn't apply for certain jobs. I mean, President Obama changed a lot of that and made women be able to, because we were apply for certain things because we were missing out on potential promotions because they only allowed a man in that field. Now, it's not common. And I would say generally, Matt, people your age are not going to be in the shape that you are in.
Correct.
Okay. However, and generally 18, 19-year-old guys that aren't overweight, that at least pass the MEPS entry point to get into the military, are going to be in better shape or have the potential to. But yes, you're an outlier. You're an outlier,
right,
so I would say in those cases,
hold on, Leslie.
You should give him the opportunity.
Leslie, you're giving him a little more credit only because we've never seen Toolbag do anything. We hear him say that he can do things.
Listen, he
says that he wants to go do a SEAL training. He says, but let's find out if he gets in there with Mike Perry and Mike Perry puts him through a 2-day.
Okay.
Look, if that's what I have to do to bring the truck, look, that's how much I believe in my concept. That's how much I believe in what I'm going to do for the fight game. That's how much I believe in this GNAT Freedom device. So if that means I got to step in there and take my beating from Mike Perry to bring it to him, to show him the future of training smarter, not harder, and to prolong his career and do it with a better fashion, a better modality, then I'll take my licking. I will gladly sign up.
How old are you?
I'll sign up for that. I'm 49.
How old are you, Matt? How old
49.
Are you? Okay, without a shadow of a doubt, and here's why. They should allow you, and they should allow you the opportunity. Here's why.
No.
Because 27 to 34 is actually at one point the Army's cutoff, believe it or not. It's 27 in the Air Force and things like that, but it went up to 34 at one point for the Army. Now, if they are allowing 34-year-old men and women into the military and the Army, which is tough, it's not like the Navy, So if they're allowing them in, add 20 years onto that, because they're expecting you to retire. You would be, 54, 34, 50, 44, 54. And you're 49. No. So they currently have people in that are
5 years.
I'm telling you, they probably can't do. They're usually broken up by then, beat up. Many of them are overweight. And Matt could probably smoke those guys, but yet they won't take him. By the way, you're not even going to be fighting. You're going to be doing a job. Yeah?
Leslie?
Yeah?
Honestly, okay? We all think differently of Matt, okay? Was your boot camp tough?
Yes.
Mentally tough?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Do you honestly believe that Matt could do an 8-week boot camp of a military boot camp?
Mentally is a different story.
Yeah, well, I'm saying.
I'm the head trainer at Knockout Radio. Of course I can handle it.
There's zero chance Matt could survive.
Set it up.
8 weeks.
You know all the military people. Set it up. I'll run through a boot camp.
It's tougher. Here's the difference. I joined the military at 27, guys. So I was older. I was actually 26, but I turned 27 when I was in basic. It's very different for someone coming in when you're older versus someone coming in when they're 17 or 18 years old.
How long do you think Matt will stand there and take the verbal abuse?
It's pretty bad.
That you get.
It's lack of sleep and it's Matt, you go through a physical it's
turn your head and cough. I can do that. I know how to do that.
If it's tough now as it was then. I don't think it is, because COVID. My niece graduated Fort Jackson, which we call Relaxing Jackson because it's one of the easiest basic trainings. It was still very tough, but there's a lot of things that they don't have anymore post COVID that we had to do in basic that are gone. I think Matt could handle it. Yeah, I do.
I do. So Leslie,
because he's smart enough to know that it's just a game, and that's what Matt would get. Am I right, Matt? You know that all that's just a game. And that's what I knew at 20.
Well, me too. I laughed at it, but I didn't laugh at it out loud.
No,
he would laugh at it out
that
loud.
would make it worse. Oh,
right.
yeah.
You laugh inside. This is
still be able to handle it.
So moving on. Moving on. The state of Florida has waged a war on street murals, painting over the gay, lesbian, Pride nightclub memorial in Orlando where the shooting happened.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. I know that they're taking the murals in front of the
Pulse nightclub.
Pulse. They're also taking it down in Tampa and in St. Pete. Are they all gay related?
No,
that's my question.
Black Lives Matter.
Which ones in Tampa and St. Pete? I don't know those.
They're supposed to. The Black Lives Matter one in St. Pete's a big one.
Listen, this is not a bipartisan thing. This is specifically a right-wing thing that's going on here. The other people don't in the legislature. The few Democrats we have in Florida are not for this. This is a Ron DeSantis thing. Guys, make no mistake. He is doing it because he wants to say, well, we're all Americans. That's why we want. But almost 50 lives were lost at the time. That was the greatest mass shooting ever in.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about more importantly. Yesterday I was in Gulfport and I was driving through an intersection of 46th Street South and 13th Avenue South in St. Pete in Gulfport, and there's a mural in the middle of the road. So I parked my truck in the middle of the four-way intersection.
Okay.
I took a selfie. I took a selfie because I wanted to show that mural, I don't know what it stands for, what it means, but will that be painted over or are they only targeting hot buttons for media click button?
That's what I just asked.
Okay.
But,
being a traffic reporter here, a former traffic reporter, like you said, baseball player, once you're a baseball player, you're always a baseball. I'm always going to be traffic, weather, news, whatever. So a reporter, those are called traffic calming murals. That's what that's called. And so when they go into an intersection, like let's say there's a problem with an intersection, people say people are coming in too fast. They no longer, City of Tampa, they no longer put in speed bumps. That's something that's in the past. They're not going to use those anymore. Their liabilities, many reasons. So they do different things. They'll put in signs. And one of the things that they do that's traffic calming is they will paint a big mural in the middle of the intersection. Why? Because you slow down and look at it. It's a proven thing. And so that's what that is. And that is not included in this. This is just about taking away stuff that is diverse because he wants to say, well, we're all Americans, not, but he doesn't understand that people were excluded.
Leslie,
so blacks and the LGBTQ community has been excluded from so many things. That's why they have that. And that was the Pulse nightclub
hold on.
Targeted to gays. And that's why that crosswalk, it's a crosswalk out front, is painted in the rainbow colors. That's all it is. It's a freaking crosswalk. And he had it repainted because it was a memorial to all of the men and women who were killed and gunned down because they were gay or with gay people at that nightclub. And he painted over it. It's messed up.
Did you notice you said once a meteorologist, always a meteorologist? Did you notice I changed your name today on the screen?
I did, but it only says terrorologist. What does that mean?
Well, look over to your left. Who's over there?
Randy Man.
What's his name?
Me.
Put them together.
Oh God, Randy! Did you notice
you and Randy are one meteorologist. You guys are like birds of a feather flock together. So I put you together.
Oh my God! Wait, I just noticed something. Randy. He misspelled meteorologist.
Of course.
Damn it!
Freaking misspelled.
What am I missing? The me?
Just so everybody knows, that's not me. I did not misspell meteorologist. That was Matt.
Oh no, I misspelled it. Dang.
Well, the beauty is I'm tired of you both, so let's go hit our final break of the afternoon. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone. We'll be right back.
Incredible.
Oh, yes! The winner of the internet today.
Hi, I'm Martin Grammatica, talking sports with Randy Harris.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you are bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Rhino Cards, located at 406 11th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, is your one-stop card collection facility, specializing in all sports, Pokemon, Star Wars, and of course, Knockout Radio's favorite, the UFC cards. If you're looking to purchase, sell, or trade, then Rhino Cards is the place for you. Details are coming on some very awesome UFC card giveaways, thanks to Rhino Cards as well. That's Rhino Cards, conveniently located in St. Petersburg, on 4th Street and 11th Avenue North.
I'm very excited to announce that Knockout Radio finally has our very own Challenge Coin, thanks to Challenge Coin Country. Challenge Coin Country is a family-run business with over 17 years' experience making custom challenge coins, lapel pins, bottle openers, keychains, and many other custom products. They even produced 2 different variations for us, one for military recipients and a slightly different coin for civilians. I strongly suggest you check them out at challengecoincountry.com with free express shipping, and they proudly offer discounts for first responders and military as well. That's Challenge Coin Country at challengecoincountry.com. Experience the charming Country Depot gift shop located in the heart of downtown Brooksville, located at 36 North Broad Street. From sports memorabilia to antiques, from handbags to one-of-a-kind art and decor, the Country Depot has it all. Check them out at countrydepot.com, Country Depot on Facebook, or stop by the store at 36 North Broad Street in downtown Brooksville. Got bills and looking for work but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
Hey, this is Warren Moon, former NFL quarterback, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
All right, we are back coming to you live from or at least I am, the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility in Pinellas County. 1, 2, 3 in the morning. If your air goes down, give them a holler, 727-954-3605. We've streamed the whole show on the YouTube channel. We'll go check all the things that Matt and Leslie go and check, and we'll find out how we're doing and how we can continue and how we can bring you the absolute best entertainment, like the WWE scripted entertainment that we can find. What are you doing now? What's a picture of Cassius Clay? Huh? Hold on. I muted you because I was tired of hearing you. Do I?
You muted the terrologist?
Yeah, the terrologist.
This is, look, I'm trying to decorate my bathroom here a little bit more, so it's not as bad. I got DJ Kitty, and then I just pulled up, for our fighters out there, it's an autographed picture. Angela Dundee, who I met and interviewed a couple of times with Cassius Clay here, the trainer, the great trainer. Awesome.
Did Cassius sign it or just Dundee?
No, Dundee.
Yeah. I did a radio show with Angela.
Why did you have to why did you have to slam that? Oh, did Cassius sign it? Dundee is a good signature, okay?
Well, I'm not going to say he's a good or bad signature. He was a very good dude. He was a good man.
It was a CBS. CBS radio back in the day when we first met, probably back then on the Sports Chicks. So, and then, I got some other things. I'm going to change the environment.
As well you should. What I also think you should do, since you tried to give me advice that I ignored, you should change your background and decorations every week.
Why?
To make it interesting, updated,
Jesus.
new
All
stuff.
right, Lord, I said. Maybe so. We'll think about it. That's a lot of work.
Well, there's really not, because you only need 3 things behind your head there on the bathroom wall. I mean,
I'm going to move this whole. I'm not in the bathroom. I'm going to move this whole setup into. I got the gay garage. I call it the gay garage. And
why is everything got to be so gay about you?
Well, it's just because it's the gay garage. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
why does everything have to be so gay? I don't know, man. Ask
you
biology.
called it the gay garage.
It is the gay garage. That's what I always call it. I never call. I've called it the gay garage for so long. I don't even call it the garage anymore. But I've redone it. It's like a really cool speakeasy gay garage, and that's where I'm gonna have my back. I'm gonna move from the bathroom, although I'm not in the bathroom, to a new location, my friend.
October 10th. I think I'm going to make a road trip down to Fort Lauderdale for the Ice Wars.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you never been?
I haven't been to Ice Wars. This is only the BKFC version. This is only going to be their 3rd one.
Right.
And, they've had something similar to this. So, this isn't the first. I mean, they've tried to attempt it, but with BKFC backing it, with David Feldman involved, obviously that stems and then floats down to Conor McGregor as well. This will be cool, and having Ian involved and getting on it in the very beginning. Now it sucks that I didn't do Ice Wars 1 and 2, but yeah, I think I'll jump on and go down for 3.
I think you should. Somebody banging on the back door. This is the problem when you do shows like this. I need to put up signs that says no solicitor all over the place. I have more solicitors.
In the city of Pinellas Park, Florida, you can be arrested for soliciting.
Oh my gosh, we need that in Tampa.
Yep.
It's a daily thing.
Yep.
It is really a daily thing, and it's always the same. Solar panels, correct your deadly water that you're drinking, or they want to fix the broken glass on your window.
Can you imagine my response when the solar panel people come knocking on my door?
You don't answer it?
Oh, sometimes I do, because, if you don't answer, then they think you're not there and they'll break in. And if you do answer, they'll push the door in and run in. But I give them some of the greatest responses. I said, at my age, I'll never recoup it. Well, think about the future. Dude, when I'm dead, I don't care.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I care about the future. They leave. Or when I tell them that it's illegal in the city of Pinellas Park to solicit, and I swear I'm telling you the truth, I have 2 city of Pinellas Park police on my cell phone. They've asked me, they've begged me, call me ASAP. Because they're harassing people.
It's a problem here. It's a problem, and it's the same thing all the time. And I actually sat down. I talked to some of the guys, and I go, look, I don't want this. So they still want me to talk, and I go, okay, I'm talking. I told you I don't want to do this. I'm not going to purchase anything. And now you've wasted 30 minutes. It's trying to help them. They're young. I was like, maybe get another job, man, because you haven't made any money off of this now. Like, do you really want to go door to door? People haven't done that since the 1950s when they were selling vacuum cleaners. It doesn't work here. Plus, you scare the hell out of people. People are nervous about their doors. There's been whole comedy skits on when someone answers a door, how you low crawl to it and peek out the window. It's a dangerous situation when people come to your house and you don't know them. You're not expecting it. It's just not. It's like freaking. What's that zombie movie?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
It's like The Walking Dead out there. We're more afraid of what's going on outside of our houses than anything. It's dangerous.
I've never seen The Walking Dead. What is that?
The Walking Dead is a phenomenal television show. It's the zombie TV show. It's been on for like 10 years or something. And it teaches you, it's a post-apocalyptic series. And what you learn in those situations, it's the least worries are going to be the zombies. It's what happens to human beings in those situations that you have to worry about. And there's a great post-apocalyptic show. I'm watching it right now, and it was nominated for 24 Emmys. It won 8, and it's called The Last of Us. It's so good, Randy.
Simon says, touch your hat.
24. Boom.
Touch your elbow.
No.
Ah, you started to touch your elbow. Oh.
Where's this show going? in the toilet in my toilet in the bathroom.
In the dumper, like the Seattle Mariner catcher. How about he just set a record, and he's only the second catcher to hit 50 home runs. The first catcher, the second switch hitter, Mickey Mantle being the first. 50
home runs. You know who the first, I think, great catcher that really changed the game? I'll give it to Darren Dalton.
He was the first.
Yeah.
He's the first to change the game.
Yeah, in the sense that he was getting paid the real big money. Yeah, he kind of changed it for catchers. Prior to Darren Dalton, people thought of catchers as like, kind of like who they thought of as a goalie. Like,
what is wrong with you?
No, they did. They didn't. The catchers didn't have the mojo that they have now.
Leslie,
it was like, if you can't do anything else, we'll throw you in the catcher. Like
Leslie,
we'll
just
put
because we both knew Darren Dalton doesn't mean that you can say such silly stuff. You're telling me.
I didn't know Darren.
Well, I did. You're telling me Johnny Bench wasn't a big name back in the day?
No, I didn't say big name, but changed the game. In the
Johnny Bench changed. No, Johnny Bench? Are you kidding me?
Okay, all right. He didn't. Yeah, in the moment.
Carlton Fisk?
No.
Yogi Berra? Come on.
Money-wise.
There's Matt with that thing in his mouth again. He's so good with that.
Money-wise. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know why he's muted himself.
Got the big
people are no longer with us. You're like reminiscing. Like, why are we talking about people that aren't relevant? Let's keep it moving.
Johnny Bench is more relevant than you with that.
Johnny Bench is still relevant. I mean, he's old school. Yogi. They are.
The people who remember him don't even remember him. The people who are still here don't even remember them because they're got dementia.
Dead. The people.
Listen, Randy doesn't know who Archangel is, who sat next to Jake Paul at his MVP promotion on Saturday night. The two VIPs in the right next to the ring, Archangel, and Randy has no idea who he is.
None.
This is going up next week.
Who is it?
Angelo Dundee and the trainer and Mr. Cassius Clay. Signed.
I don't know.
That's going right above the toilet seat.
Yeah. Leslie, can you work on your home office?
I'm building my some stuff here. Rays when they went to the World Series here. I got this little kind of cool stuff.
Which one? Which World Series?
OG.
The one when they got killed by the Phillies?
Philly, yeah.
They got swept by the Phillies. Like,
they didn't get swept.
Yes, they did, didn't they?
No, they didn't. They won one game.
Well, they should have. They should have. It felt like a sweep. They got dominated.
There was a rain out in the fourth game. We were winning. If the rain had not,
here's how.
If it hadn't happened, we would have won the game. Remember, they stopped the game.
It was in the Trop. It was in the Trop. There was no rain out back then.
Yeah, it was rained in Philly.
It was rained out. And then they came back and just did a couple. It was weird. They picked it up. And it was weird because we had the momentum. We were going to win that game.
Here's how dumb Rays fans are. They frame baseballs from a series that they attended to but didn't win anything with, and treat it like a championship.
It's funny that you say that, and we only got a couple minutes. So
not you though.
A former co-host of mine was doing a Secret Santa thing, and he was doing it online. It was mainly MMA related, blah 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 blah. So I got involved in it. You tell me if I'm wrong on this, okay? So I did it for both my kids. I provided gifts, and the memorabilia that I have. So you would put like who your favorite fighter is, this, that, the other. So for my daughter, if you were paying attention, who do you think I put as her favorite fighter?
Frankie Edgar, the answer.
Frankie Edgar.
Final answer.
Final
answer for Frankie Edgar.
So they send my daughter a poster of a fight that Frankie Edgar lost. Would you display that poster?
Apparently, if you're no. You would.
Did he win this fight? Does anybody know if he won this one in Japan? Because I posted that. I didn't even know the history. I don't know if he won
like in the words of Colin Hay, maybe Google it.
Damn it. That's research. I ain't got time for that. Factual content?
I think it depends on your mood.
But I'll tell you what. If you're going to have like a pedophile online presence, Secret Santa is a great tagline, Randy.
There's so many things wrong with that you just said.
No. Randy's like, it's Secret Santa. I'm like, that's a great pedophile hiding handle online. I mean, if you're a predator, that's the one. Who are you talking to, Secret Santa?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how to give advice to predators, Matt.
Oh, didn't Chris Hansen or whatever catch himself? Then the guy that had the TV show.
Ooh,
I don't think he caught himself. He caught the same guy twice.
The Hansons?
I thought he got caught in his own sting. I thought there was some controversy online that he got caught up in his own concept that he created.
I don't think so.
I want Tom
Maybe I'll
Brady's
Google that
autograph.
one.
I want Tom Brady's autograph. I want to meet Tom Brady and get his autograph. That's the one person I could have done it years ago. I should have done it. I want his autograph. And I want his autograph on my Bucks jersey.
And yeah, you're right, Matt. We're both idiots because does he
Oh.
really want the poster of a fight that he lost?
Oh, damn it.
Tom Brady signed an intercepted ball. Remember when he did that?
Frankie Edgar, it was fight of the night, lost to Ben Henderson.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So he may not want it.
Brady said he'd never do that again.
Matter of fact, he lost the title.
Oh, no. So I brought up old memories.
Oh,
Damn
my
it.
God.
Well, and he didn't even want to beat me up like Mike Perry. All I wanted Mike Perry to do was get better and show him a new concept. And he wanted to fight me in the ring. I was like, damn it. But I mean, Frankie deserves to punch me for bringing up a bad traumatic injury.
And I will set that up. I will set it up where he is going to take you out. All right. So second episode of the live stream on YouTube. Want to thank Leslie for your hour and 20 minutes that you did of the 3-hour show. Thank you. Matt, I want to thank you for your 2 hours and 15 minutes of the show that you did. And
I need a new sponsor, Invicta. I need a battery for your watches. That way I know what.
Until next week, we'll see everybody next week. This is and has been Knockout Radio.
Yeah.